And that, Jack, is where babies go when they die.
Branson?
Yeah, Branson, Missouri.
Branson, Missouri is a weird fucking place, let me tell you. You know there's like a Walmart there? There's not a Walmart anywhere else in the United States.
I don't believe that.
Branson?
Branson, Missouri, home of redneck Disney Worlds and a bunch of really sad old people that are forced to perform for other old people.
Hey, Ninja Dan's Funhouse. Channel manager and main editor for Phantasma, and I play Shino here in Digimon Knighthood, among other crazy cast of characters in other games. If I'm not in something mainly, I'm probably behind the scenes doing some stuff. Why don't you go next there, Pumpkin?
Oh, thank you there, Sugar Spice. I'm cable provider. I founded this whole nonsensical thing with the small notion that one day I wish to make enough money to stay in a vegetative state and watch Three's Company without having to get up and do things. And so far, we're making our way towards the hashtag get cable to Three's Company status. So...
That's not a hashtag.
It can be a hashtag.
No.
GB.
That's a long hashtag.
GB. You gotta understand. Stupid and simple are the best ways to reach people. You're overthinking things.
Look, here's the thing, Cable. He's on the side of Mr. Roper.
Oh, you heathen! No, Chibi doesn't get to go next. Batty goes next. I don't want to talk to Chibi anymore.
Hello, my name is Rupert the Frog. I'm here to introduce everybody in Final Phantasma today, so we're gonna go down the line. Okay, first of all, there's Battery Batty. He's the most handsome and cool and smartest out of the crew. You can find him on Battery Batty at batterybatty.twitter.com or on Twitch. He doesn't really stream that often, but you know what? He has to get his beauty sleep and also read fair. He's the best comic ever invented. Fuck you, Watchmen. I'm watching you. And then we have Jack, who's cool, who does commissions, but he's not as cool as Batty. I'm actually not going to introduce everybody else, actually. I regret making that decision. My name's Rupert the Frog. It's been fun.
You already started. Finish.
Oh, okay. Well, Jack does commissions on twitter.com/JackK9. Chibi Wisdom does commissions on Chibi Wisdom .K9 on Twitter. Who's next? Hype Arbalist. Hype do commissions.
No, not right now. Don't have time.
I really hope Rupert the Frog is an actual character, else I would be, I want to be original. But then we got Cable.
Oh, I thought you were doing an impression of Rupert the Frog. It wasn't bad.
Is there actually a Rupert the Frog?
Oh, no.
There is a Rupert the Bear.
That's fucked up.
There's no Rupert the Frog, but you see how easy it is for me to do that to you? I can do it whenever I want. Continue.
Well, I'm Rupert the Frog. I'm the original character in Battery Batty, so you can shut the fuck up now. Cable provider does commissions on cable provider on Twitter. Did we have Dan Disney Dan Funhouse on Twitter? Who I don't he shall manage your YouTube. Yeah, good. We did it. We did it, everyone. We got it. We got it. We did it. We did it.
Dan doesn't do commissions, but if you want to, you can send him a Pizza Hut gift card to an undisclosed P.O. box that we will give out later on, so Dan can get Pizza Hut whenever he wants.
Appreciate that.
Don't do that.
Please do that.
Wait, what's wrong with that?
Because if you give out a fucking P.O. box, we could get fucking weird shit. Or dangerous shit, because there are...
I look forward to seeing that weird shit.
Okay, if you get anthrax, it's not my fault.
Tasty.
My name is
the 80s. Who still has anthrax?
My name is Rupert the Frog, and I have anthrax.
See?
Well, Batty doesn't clean. I wouldn't be surprised if that's where it came from.
I'm not Batty. I'm Rupert the Frog.
This has gone on really long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His man needs to die. We introduced everybody.
Bang.
I'm gonna fucking kill myself with anthrax now.
Yeah. Bang.
Look-
Rupert the
Look
Frog is
forward to
dead.
Rupert the Frog in the future for Mobius Adventures.
I was gonna say, yeah, you might as well keep him in back pocket, Batty.
He already killed himself with anthrax, so I don't think he'll be showing up anytime soon.
Wait, how did he kill himself with anthrax?
He like snorted it.
That shit's tight, yo.
He went out like a fucking champ. Pour one out to Rupert the Frog this 4th of July. I know it's already passed, but you know.
Alright, so with everything that's been happening, with all the Digimon stuff that's been happening, I think, and this is me sort of making a call on this, apologies, Jack, but I believe it should be Mayumi who recaps today.
A lot's happened, actually, in hindsight. After leaving from our first engagement, we went and encountered Lucimon himself. He for some reason didn't attack us, but at the same time we decided we would fight whatever he was going to bring to us anyways. What we didn't expect was that he
So
had
sorry. When was that?
a kid by the name of Vetus who was being possessed ? We're not sure exactly what happened.
We're
I don't
going
think
with
we're
mind
going
control.
to. Okay, thank you. We fought Vetus for a while, and thanks to Aui's keen intuition. No, she picked up a bunch of cards, and apparently it made him upset.
I just really wanted to tear apart those cards. I don't know what you were talking about.
But Vetus is now a ally, friend. I don't know. Everyone seems to not really like this Vetus guy for some reason.
I haven't said
I don't-
anything mean to him, really.
Yeah. It's only Shino that's got a problem.
Bullshit, Hibuki.
What?
You'd say fucking Vetus more than anybody else.
Oh.
Just because my grades are better than yours.
Oh.
That's kind of
But
a
we're on the boat now. I had a conversation with Shino, and Seiichi and Vetus are gonna go fight now.
Oh, shit.
Oh, we're not actually gonna go fight.
Oh, thank God.
Anywho, where are we at? We're on the
End
ship.
of report.
A great fight ensued. You watched a great fight. The popcorn was broken out and everything.
Wow, that surely was the great fight.
Yeah, it was more narrative, just like getting him used to being inside of like the fucking the whatever you want to call it. My brain is like super fuzzy right now.
It's
Soul
the
bomb.
DNA wave change.
Thank you, sir. I forgot it. But yeah, it was just to give him a little bit of like time to get used to being like that and having something to essentially having something to strike against so he can get used to being like in that state and feel like he has control. So like I guess after that, like if we return to the boat, it would just be asking him like basically just like going over like an overview of like, oh, so you know, was everything good? Did you feel fine? Do you think you got a hang of it?
Yeah, you start shooting the shit about that. He says, yeah, it's fine. He thinks he's getting a hang of how it works, how both minds kind of sync up as one during this form. If one starts to panic, then the other one takes over.
Sorry, just give me a second, Jack. I'm making sure all the audio levels are right.
Ah, okay.
That's why I didn't like actually RP that part out.
Wait, so it's a fusion of both minds? Does that mean you're an entirely different person during that?
Oh no, I'm up front. It's just if I can't function for whatever reason, Jessmon takes over.
Then it was Hackmon.
Jessmon, Hackmon, it's kind of nebulous in there. It's just kind of them and me.
Your Digimon partner takes over.
Yeah.
If you could see a thought bubble right now, Maya's currently thinking of just a giant, like, tank Vetus being piloted.
Hmm.
Okay.
Well, that's how that fusion works. Hey, Demi, what was it like for you when you turned into Philemon?
It's kind of the same, but it was both of us working as one. Like, even more than that.
Both?
Like, every thought of ours were completely in sync with each other.
That must have been weird, because you had Shademon in there and Chimeramon.
Shademon just kind of sat back.
He does that!
Actually, it felt more like he was having faith in in us two, rather than trying to butt in. It's hard to explain, but that's just kind of how it felt.
No, trust me. I understand. Trust me. I know how he is in there. He's always in here.
He's just sat behind you on boat. Excuse me, I'm over here.
See? I can still hear him.
Sometimes I wish I could hear his voice.
He just fucking Charlie horses you in the back of the knee.
Ah!
Your head now.
I so badly wanted you to do the line from the Digimon movie, Jack. With fucking Agumon when Ty's like depressed when he sees Karamon on the internet, like, oh, I wish Agumon were here to help. Ty! It's like I can almost hear his voice. You can hear me now. It's like he's almost here. I am here. Agumon, where are you? Take me off speakerphone. I love that scene.
Oh, magic.
Good TV, good TV.
Before anything, you guys can enjoy your meal. I just want to do something really quick. Checking my Digivice. You mentioned we had that I had gotten all those points. Yeah, I forgot how much that was.
A billion.
So
It was a lot.
You said like a mill.
It was like
yeah,
a
I think it was
million.
roughly that. Yeah.
Don't worry, if we're wrong, the comments can tell us, and we can ignore it.
I mean, isn't the episode up already?
Yeah. No. Maybe so.
No.
No, that one, the points are up.
Yeah, that episode's up.
Look, I think we're all overlooking the fact that Vetus is Black Pants. Please continue, Chibi.
I'm gonna go head to the arcade really quick.
How?
So that
Yeah, there's no key there.
you
Yeah.
don't have a key on this boat?
Nope.
Oh, well, never mind then.
It's a boat.
Yeah,
It don't have no fucking keys.
Yeah, no, our entry to this island, like, this is, we're here till we're done sort of situation.
This
We can't-
boat has
Yeah.
doors? Wait, so there's no locks on this entire, like, boat?
Yo, we stuck here.
It's a boat. Who would rob it?
No, I'm more concerned on the whole lock thing.
It's always been fucking me by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'd never need any fucking locks.
Yeah, he just takes the keys with him. And he also doesn't leave the engine running either.
Is anyone gonna tell them there's no fucking engine on this thing?
There's also no pool.
It's not a yacht.
What is a yacht?
It's a big boat that could have a pool on it.
Why does it need a different name? Why can't it just be a big boat?
But because some boats are really small for, like, fishermen.
Little boats. I don't get why they all need different names. They're all boats.
I mean, boat is. We're not getting into this conversation.
This kid's giving me a fucking migraine. Someone take him away from me before I kick him off.
You know what's fun too? Seiichi's rich enough to just get the dictionary changed if he doesn't like it.
You're not changing the dictionary. You're not having that much power.
Thanks, God.
I don't like these words. I'm changing them.
Whatever.
Getting feeling back in my leg.
Oh,
Oh, really? Starts waving his foot behind the other one. Ooh.
Oh, you wanna go?
Do you want to try and fight me?
just holds out the Bodemon ball.
Try me.
Bring it, Creeptacular.
Ah!
Just jumping at him.
Well, they're having a cartoonish fight in the background.
Is there a big cloud?
Of course. Why wouldn't there be?
After everything that's happened, I think we need a plan.
You see Agumon's head coming out of the dust cloud a couple times. Hi.
I don't think we can keep doing what we were doing.
We weren't doing anything. We saw something that said help and ran. We never
I
actually
know.
did anything.
What I mean is we can't just keep walking around on the island without much of an idea.
I wasn't. I've been telling you where I wanted to go for a long time, Mai.
Please remind me, I forgot.
I've been saying since we stepped on the island, I needed to go to the bar at the other end of it.
Okay. Well, that's an idea. Do we want to just
I feel
go
so
straight
ignored
to
by
it?
you, Mayumi.
No, I'm I'm scared. I just forgot. That's why. Okay.
Flying face first out of a dust cloud.
You said we didn't have a plan?
I'm guessing we can't just take a boat over there, can we?
No.
There's
That's
Don't know
putting
how
a
hard.
target. That's just having a sailing target going around the island.
yeah.
And we
you
don't
wanna
know
wa-
how high the walls are on the other side.
Okay. So we need to get to the bar, right? And that's right all the way over here, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do we want to get there?
Points to feet.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is what we were doing. Then you saw the word help and we ran in the other direction.
Okay.
Yeah.
I point to Beelzebub.
Only
no
so
insight.
many
I'm-
people
I'm-
can fit on there.
I'm gonna walk up. And
Beelzebub
I'm gonna
squats,
gently
like
hug
bite
Mai
noises.
because I can hear it in her voice that she's getting she's entering my Yumi mode. So I'm gonna hug
No.
her out before it starts.
No, you're without any insight required. She looks like she wants to punch you in the arm right now.
Don't go crazy.
It's not what I
Mai.
mean. It's not what I mean.
Okay, look. We need to get to that bar. We're over here, it's over there. And the first stop I see is right here.
That's what I was asking. Is how, do we want to take a direct path or do we want to go through towns?
Maybe we should split up. I can go to one dot and the rest of you guys can go to the other dot.
No.
That is a bad idea.
No.
I'm just, I'm a big girl now, so I can do things like that.
Splitting up isn't a bad idea though. Not in like just Aoi going by herself, like looking at Aoi. But, like,
Dang it!
maybe like
Well, we could do 3 and 3.
two groups of three. 3 people check out the town, see what's going on, and 3 people head over towards the bar.
Which town? Looks like there's 2 that are kind of along the way.
I mean, check
One-
out every town.
Oh, well, okay.
We're,
Yeah.
Should we avoid the place Calamon is at?
no sense.
Yes.
If he's safe, no sense setting him free to put him in danger.
Right. I just wanted to bring that up.
If something happens at these other towns, which most likely we'd find similar situations to what we found before, should we have some kind of protocol if we need help?
Text.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
just shoot me a text. I'll come back.
Okay, here's what I'm thinking. As a whole group, make our way to the first spot right here. And then from there, after everything that if we check out and everything's all well and good, that's when we can split into 2 formations.
Hello.
Hi.
As soon as you say Calamon's lane, hello.
What do you think?
That could work. I will say, avoid the center though, Shino. Like, don't go near the big glowy triangle.
Wasn't planning on it.
Weren't we told that we have to do something at all those 3 locations?
Probably.
Probably have to deal with something that's keeping the barrier up.
Like, it's very evident. Like, even if we do have to deal with stuff there, like, do you feel prepared to do it, Mayumi?
I feel like going to the towns is a good idea. Maybe we can learn a bit more about what's at those each individual those pillars, I guess.
Yeah. So one group of us figures out what the hell is going on with the pillars in the center of everything. I'm assuming that's where Leilamon is, and then I can get what I need taken care of with whoever's coming with me.
I think since the bar is really far away, anyone who's going with you needs to be able to move quickly.
And I see someone with a bike over there.
Yeah.
I was about to fly on the back of Cherubimon. I was
Thank
gonna
you.
grab whoever wants to fly.
That's also a huge target on your back.
Yeah, but it's Cherubimon. I'm not worried about her dealing with these things. What's more dangerous, Cherubimon flying through or a bike going through forest that we can't see what's going on the sides of it, rather than having a top-down view?
Admittedly, that is a fair point. If Lucimon already knows we're here, then
But it
we've
doesn't
lost
mean
a-
that he's directly working with Leilamon.
At least they can't see us here.
it might be good to assume that they already know. In which
I just
case,
don't-
we're running out of time.
Regardless, look.
It's about time for us to go to sleep. It's late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just getting this set so we can start immediately.
Yeah.
with it. So it's like, I'm just trying to figure out who's going with who, and obviously Shino has to go with Mayumi. Like, you two can't be separated.
I don't know if I want to go with Vedas.
It's true. One person would have a 4-man group, actually.
How would you have a 4-man group?
Oh wait, no. I'm bad at math, apparently. You know, it makes sense. Agumon taught me.
Vedas comes up. It's okay, mate. We can't all be as smart as me.
You see? You see what we're dealing with?
If Vedas goes with me, I'm just gonna rip up more cards.
Oh, that's
Don't
who
do
you
it,
are,
honey.
Vedas. I remember you. Didn't you score lower than me last time?
Still bouncier hair.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Seiichi just whips his hair off to the side. I'm a Tachikawa.
The sparkle's coming off of it.
That's the only time Mom said I'm allowed to say bitch is if somebody insults my hair.
My digs in her pocket really quickly and pulls out like a small, like travel-sized bottle of conditioner and hands it to Vedas. This might help.
It'll help.
Okay.
By the
then.
way, that bottle is very expensive. After you're done using it, can you please give it back?
Also, your
Then what do you
Amber's
think
not-
about these teams? What if it's Mayumi, me, and Vedas, and then the 3 of you?
That could work. I need Aoi
Yeah.
anyway.
Oh, that works.
And I can cover some support.
Okay. We have a bit of a plan. I guess we'll just go to the closest village first then, right?
Vedas, you feel fine flying solo?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Alright. Seiichi's just gonna get ready. I know we're going to sleep. It's just preemptively making sure shit. Because once up in the morning, it's like, no
go
time
time.
for conversation.
Oh yeah,
It's like,
no
we have
arguments.
shit to do.
Go time.
Look towards Lopmon. Miss Lopmon?
Uh-huh.
My lovely Lopmon. Can Would you give me a ride to the bar?
I duh.
I'm gonna smoosh her face. I knew you would, but you know I always ask you. You are a person and you deserve input. Also, you'd kill me if I didn't ask.
I duh.
I love you. And just hug her again. I don't get a lot of like one-on-one Lotmon time lately. I miss him. But that's all I have to do. I'll be set to go in the morning.
Well, there's nothing more to be said on that. This island will know what it's like to. No matter what sort of corruption is going around spreading its way from Leilamon, she will understand what it's like when it happens when you mess with our cards. She did do that.
Yeah.
You know how you do that?
No, you just ripped up cards. But she took yours.
Yeah.
You did?
She did.
That's mean.
She also took one of the
He
two.
better have not took Is It True You Can't Fly, because that's my favorite card.
She'd grab it if she could.
Yes, evil.
Mm-hmm.
Flew Fowie on the head. Fowie, you're strong enough to protect your cards.
Yes, I am.
Alright, and for everything, if the word help appears on the screen again, and it's big and blinky, please just let us know before you rush into it. Because I know you're going to rush into it. Just let us know first.
Of course.
Not you, you're not there.
It's only on her. It's only on Mai's device.
Oh.
Okay.
Listen, Mai. Your impulsiveness and your desire to help people, it's one of the best things about you. I just want to make sure you're able to actually do it and not get murked by a fucking stupid angel.
You say that by word?
I did. It's okay.
I might start using that word.
No.
Stupid!
Alright, I'll let that one slide, Owie.
Yes.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go turn in.
Same.
Just walking away is like going to like an area with Lotmon. Not Lotmon. God damn it! Because you kept saying Lotmon.
You can go with Lotmon.
Digimon. It's like
You know, I think we really have the motivation today.
Just like get comfortable with all my Digimon. If you ever see how like lions sleep, that's basically what we're doing.
Hey, Habuki.
Yeah.
Can I talk to you in private for a second?
Sure.
I'm just gonna walk off a
Okay.
little bit of a private
not
corner.
What's up?
During that fight against Vetus,
Hmm.
something happened.
You talking about me or you?
Me.
Yeah, I kind of noticed.
I wanted to ask you.
Hmm?
I don't. If this is a touchy subject, then you don't have to answer. But what did you feel during that Dokugumon situation?
Must protect, must defend, must get rid of threats.
My visibly does not look comfortable with that answer.
Yeah, that's what I thought then.
I didn't feel that.
What did you feel?
For a moment there, and I wanted to hurt Vetus. Badly.
To what
I
end?
want... I'm gonna need an insight check on that.
Okay.
Not a high DC, but a
That you were
decent
still
interest.
talking to Ibuki.
Pardon me.
12. That is enough.
Hmm.
You can get the sense that, based on the subject matter, I wanted to potentially probably kill Vetus for a moment, but she doesn't want to say that.
That's why you're That's why I always say you're the strongest of us. Because you didn't.
What do you do with anger that you've never felt before?
Let's see. Well, you find ways of either releasing it, trying to make sure you think rationally, or you let it out in a non-helpful way.
What do you do?
I've been trying multiple things to make sure I don't let it out, because every time I have, something bad's happened.
Maybe that's not the case, though.
Mm, was with the Goldramon, second Goldramon fight, Kugamon, Goglamon.
But during the Spooky,
Hmm?
have you ever talked to your sword before?
No, why do you ask?
It did grow during the Dokugumon situation, right?
Huh. And he
But
points his hand away from Mai and summons it.
But it only did that when you were angry.
Hmm. That's interesting. And I'm guessing, does yours talk? Your bow?
Technically. Yes, it does.
The one that can create and form materials?
I can do that. It just eats a lot.
Oh. Well,
I don't know specifically. I can't say for certain what is going on with your sword, Hibuki. It might have something to do with anger. But I guess the best way to answer that is to ask it, right?
Yeah.
You need help with that?
Or and I don't even like using, I don't even like giving Ogremon the command to get angry.
Why does he need a command?
Because the last time I did it, I we that's how we fight.
Maybe. Maybe the reason he drinks a whole lot is because he's just angry and he has no way of letting it out.
The last time I did it, Digimon died.
Maybe there's a safer way of letting that out.
Wow.
You are the crest of knowledge, aren't you?
Yeah.
Bottling up anger isn't a good thing.
For long periods, yes.
What I felt today told me that even though I didn't know it, I was probably bottling it up.
Would you like roll an insight on Ibuki? It's not high, if you would like.
This is the first time I've ever used insight, I think.
Ah,
It's a 16.
you get the feeling of whatever look he has, it's like, yeah, he knows.
Well, one thing at a time. I can help you with your sword really quick.
Okay.
I can't do what Seiichi can do and go into the weird... I don't know how Seiichi talks to his sword, but I can just do it kind of physically.
Huh.
Amazing. Ancient Digicode.
Yeah, I'm only doing Digicode.
It's a weird language, but I figure since it's a dragon Digimon, then they might be familiar with the language.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to do this a little bit less formally like I did with my bow. If Hibuki will permit, Maya is just going to kind of touch it, and in ancient Digicode, essentially just go, "Hello? Can you hear me?"
Wait, ancient is spoken?
It's essentially what it would be a rough translation.
It kind of vibrates in your hand.
Ibuki is still holding it, though.
Are you the protector of Hibuki?
You don't seem to get an answer.
Do you want to hurt him?
No answer.
Do you feed on anger?
No answer.
Perhaps it's not my place to ask. Speaking regularly now. Maybe you're the one who needs to talk to it. It is your sword after all. Actually, no. That's not correct. It's one of your partners.
Yeah.
Perhaps you might have been ignoring it for a bit too long.
Been afraid of it.
Maybe it knows that.
Yep.
Well,
One sec. And
if you're afraid, I'm right here. Mine's gonna give like 2 thumbs up.
thanks, Mai. And Pookie's going to bring the flat of the sword up to his face, to his forehead, and he's going to try and like see if he hears anything. And he just says in his head, "Hello."
You hear a heartbeat.
Huh. Everything else in this world, you're alive. Are you asleep?
You feel that same heart. You feel that same heartbeat again, and words entering your mind.
Hmm.
I'm not ready yet.
Okay. Is this to do with the glyphs on my arm?
Still growing.
When you do wake up, what do you want me to call you? Or will I know?
I do not mind.
Okay. Well. Sleep well. See you then. Pookie brings the sword down. And and he'll say actually, oh, it's not ready yet.
Is in like bread in the oven?
Yeah, I think it's due to the whole said still growing.
Still growing.
Yeah. You know, with the I'm guessing the tattoos on my arm.
Digimon work in weird ways.
In a lot of our society, like legends are based on them.
Mine was just hungry. It still is.
Well,
You feel the bow get wet as it drools down your back.
Mm.
wrong am I?
It's cold and warm at the same time.
Something happened.
No, nothing to worry about. Don't.
Chewing on the end of your hair as you speak.
I'm just gonna need to take a bath.
It's making the Homer Simpson mouth sound like the.
That's some good conditioner.
Put it this way: while
Chibi, go ahead.
while Agumon has like his whole thing with eating, and it's kind of cute in a weird way. Um, mine's like a big like scary dragon that is always hungry.
Mm.
I wonder if it can eat actual food now. Probably cheaper.
Pookie. He pulls out one of the pieces of jerky.
Take the jerky and kind of pull out the bow and just kind of hold it up to the bow.
bowstring snaps and smacks it out your hand.
Nope, it doesn't want that.
Oh,
I want man flesh.
I was gonna say that.
I.
You can tell, even without like any words between you and the bow, it either wants metal or you. That is its compromise here.
I'm gonna be up for a little bit longer.
yeah.
Okay.
I also need to talk to Beelzemon.
Might be a good idea to talk to Ogremon a little bit as well.
Oh, yeah, I will. But haven't talked to Beelzemon for a bit.
Please let me know what you figure out, because I don't want what happened today to happen again.
Again, like I said, and have been saying, you're the strongest of us, and you did great, by the way. In this situation, I would have snapped and I would not have stopped.
I'm more afraid of how easy it was to think about that.
Because you care. Not a bad thing.
Anyways, good night.
Good night. And he's going to go off to see Beelzemon.
Hey?
Hey, Beelzemon. How you doing?
I'm doing alright. I'm just watching the ocean.
Yeah. Beautiful tonight. Glad I did not make that spell to use darkness. That would have been a bad idea. So, what do you want to do after all of this?
Take a very long nap and a bath.
That. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, if more than that in the future, I don't know yet. I'm just gonna see what happens. I've been kind of rolling with the punches for so long now. I just feel maybe if I just keep going.
That's fair. Maybe travel?
I could do that.
And you'll get attention wherever you go, which is not a bad thing.
Hey.
This both going to be, I guess, part of people that save this world. Also, you being a flying demon man with a motorcycle doesn't help. He doesn't hurt either.
I'm gonna get all the ladies.
Yeah.
Eh.
Right.
Are you doing alright? I mean, I know that's kind of a loaded question with all we're doing, but I mean, like, I know overall you're not, but I mean, like, right now, are you doing alright?
I'm okay. Just I don't feel as useful. Had a chance to help Mai because she was dealing with what I have to deal with of anger. And I don't have the answer.
Were you at least there for her?
Yeah.
Did you at least talk her through these feelings?
Yeah.
Well, then you did help.
Oh.
Trust me, you may not always think you have the answer, but sometimes just being there is the answer.
Yeah. Thanks.
Not always cut and dry. Everyone who goes through the same thing, although they should take their own advice, sometimes tend not to because they don't see that they do have the answer, but they still can't see it yet.
Yeah. He just scratches the back of his head. Yeah.
He just wraps his arm around you, brings you in for a side hug.
Yeah, he accepts and hugs as well. How are you holding up, though? Like, actually, as well?
I'm doing alright.
Hmm.
Like I said, I'm just enjoying the journey.
Yeah.
It's a hard one, but
Yeah.
we've come this far. I mean, look at us. Literally, look at all we've accomplished here as a group.
Yeah. Kind of uh, unthinkable, but we did it so far.
And we'll keep doing it.
Yeah. We're can't wait to just get rid of both of those fashion rejects. And by the way, thank goodness the cast is spoke because he could have probably heard that. And he can't teleport in here.
That we know of.
No, that's how this ability works.
We don't know what kind of abilities he has.
Oh, well, if he does, then well, he's gonna hard target me.
You tend to put yourself in the direct path of the gun.
Yeah,
You need to be more careful. Send someone else in first from now on.
yes, sir.
If I see you get shot or hurt, like punched again, you're gonna have to be the last one going through every door from now on. I will physically hold you back.
Okay. Just curious.
Hmm.
I just get curious. Whole world, just a lot of new things.
Curiosity killed the Gatomon.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Now I've got to go talk to Ogremon. I would talk to Betamon, but he's just living his best life. Good. Okay. Goes to Ogremon.
Yo, what's up?
How you holding up?
I'm already drunk.
That's fair. So don't know how. Okay, just. Are you gonna be okay on this island?
Yeah, why wouldn't I be?
Just with your old boss being here.
It's fine. Don't worry.
Okay. By the way, sorry I haven't let you just go all out in fights.
That's alright. I'm just biding my time anyway.
For what?
For when I finally do it.
Well, it's probably gonna be against Lilithmon, Laylamon, whatever.
Oh, don't worry. I got a big saw blade waiting for her. He just starts hugging his guitar. Slightly licks the blade on it too.
Ruby's just gonna be, okay, have a good night, Ogremon.
Night.
We're going to Margaritaville.
In the back, there's a lot to unpack there, and I am not qualified.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't see anything to unpack. I see somebody who's comfortable with themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not a drunk. Maybe he just likes drinking. There is a difference.
Yep.
Like, Darkdramon's a drunk. Ogremon just likes drinking.
Yep.
Which one are you, Cable?
Oh, I'm a drunk.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it has control over me. There's no stopping that.
Fair enough.
Anywho.
With that, Wookie finally goes to sleep.
Mine doesn't go to sleep.
Oh boy, let's unpack more trauma.
With not wanting to take up too much time, it's more on the line of she's afraid of the dark, and all of that fear is finally caught up to her at this current moment.
Well, I will say this ship isn't actually that dark because there's a lot of like light fixtures on it. It's a very weirdly half modern, half classical ship. It has electric lighting running through it, but it's still stylized to look like it would be like an old galleon.
Still no pool.
It's not a yacht.
I'm sorry, I'm just imagining just inside of it is just the SS Anne. I know that's not really, but
I mean, not far off though.
So, if conversations are happening, there's a very one important one I want to have with
Speak now.
Phantasma.
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
I want to talk to Phantasma. Which is more on the line of Phantasma's probably asleep, but mine's just talking anyways.
Yeah.
deeply.
He's asleep on a barrel currently with a tiny blanket, but a very big pillow.
Everyone's put in a lot of time and effort into their partners. I don't feel like I'm an exception to that either. But it has been a while since we've talked. And again, you're not one to talk a whole lot, B. I wonder if I'm doing a good job. Yeah, there's the crest of light now, and all of this. A lot of this has happened very quick. I wonder a little bit. I wonder what made you want to be my partner. I don't know if it was destiny or anything like that. For all I know, maybe it was Mom who did it. Everyone's got really strong partners. You're no exception to that either, B. You just have to wonder a little bit. Part of me wants to wonder if you're holding back, or maybe I'm just preventing you from getting stronger. That's all. You rest up. deserve it. And that's that scene.
Do you start walking away?
No, she's just kind of sitting there.
B barks.
Let's roll him on. He's running in his dreams.
Aww. It's adorable.
Now you hear a voice you haven't heard in quite a long time now at this point. I hope I'm not burdening you.
Maya kind of looks over. Is it Phantasma?
Yeah, their eyes slightly cracked open.
Maya just kind of like full, like no restraint whatsoever, just starts like sobbing and just kind of hugs Phantasma.
I'm still trying my best for you. You cry yourself to sleep in that moment.
Hmm.
And I guess with that we can roll over to the next day.
Oh. Ugh, morning.
Shino got Charlie horsed in his dreams.
Motherfucker!
You have a mind ache now.
What the hell, man?
Yeah, and what a good day to wake up and not have a Charlie horse.
What's a Charlie horse?
I don't know. My
Okay,
dad gets them a lot, though.
I'm not surprised. But it is a beautiful day. There's a lot of a lot of overclouds today. Like, not like it's gonna be raining, just like a lot of like it's gonna be a very like sun in, sun out kind of day.
What are all the Angemon and Devimon doing that bring back to the ship?
They are currently just starting to tidy the place up a bit. Seeing as one man has been trying to clean up an entire ship by himself his entire life. It's now looking a lot more nicer this morning. It's a lot cleaner. You actually have plates you can eat on now.
Dear Lord. I didn't know he had these.
I don't know if I can have these either. Jesus.
Wow, we were just grabbing things out of plastic shopping bags.
Let's put on somewhere.
Seiichi eating pancakes out of a plastic shopping bag.
He's not a fucking psychopath.
Seiichi on an airplane eating pancakes.
I'll listen to that after this, but where is Shino in conjunction? Did you go like in somewhere to sleep, or did you just sleep on the deck?
Oh, I was on deck.
Okay, so you'd see Seiichi awake then.
Yo!
He'll wave to you, but he's not talking. You see him just kind of sitting with Lopmon for a minute. And I would like to try, Jack, if it's possible. Not all the way to like Ultimate, but at least just to Wendigomon, to see if Lopmon can Digivolve without the Digivice. Is it
You
possible?
try focusing on the form and the change that happens. You're concentrating really hard, but nothing seems to really latch on.
What am I doing wrong?
Oh, perfect.
Oh, actually, I forgot. I only need like 4 HP. Oh, wow, and I get 3. Thank you.
I will return short.
I got full SP.
You do see Seiichi just sitting with Lopmon, Shido. He's trying to do something. He's not. It's not like a keep a distance sort of thing. Like you can go over and talk if you want. It's just he seems like he's been up for a while trying to do something.
It's gonna be one of those scenes where, like, Seiichi's doing his thing, and then in the background is a floating Shino sitting cross-legged coming up behind you.
What's he up to?
Still trying to see if I can get this no Digivice Digivolving thing to work.
Oh, yeah, I tried giving that a shot too before. I can't seem to get a hang of it.
I can almost see it, and it's getting closer. It's just something's not clicking with it.
Maybe it's the influence in the island?
Either that or...
Or am I giving us too much credit?
I don't think it's that. I think... there's something... Just, he's looking at his Digivice and... You know, when Devimon first Digivolved, what happened?
Oh, I remember that. It was at Noble Pumpkinmon's place. That was, we were running scared. We locked ourselves in a room because, her brothers were all, were mind controlled. And I was freaking out because, you know, we were trying to keep the door closed. And in that panic, everything went dark, and then there was a choice given before me. It asked me if I wanted to accept and hit a button.
That was mine too. Maybe that place. Maybe we did Digivolve without our Digivices before. Because I don't really remember, like, using my Digivice for that. We were just trapped in somewhere and the other Lopmon weren't moving and we needed to get out. And Lopmon just kind of changed.
So, fear and desperation?
Or a desire to protect. Maybe it'll show up when we need it, not in trying to force it only makes it worse.
Yeah. we don't want to accidentally digivolve.
I mean, for you, wouldn't that technically be a good thing? You're the digidestined of darkness. Wouldn't that just make you stronger?
I mean, of course.
He's just doing the finger under the nose.
Of course, that would only benefit my team.
Shino, come on.
Get it. You don't need a high insight to roll on Shino.
I already know what Shino's afraid of that and doesn't want it to happen. That's why Seiichi's looking at you.
It's not horrifying at all.
Shino. Look at this. And I hold up Devimon gently so that her face is very close to Shino's.
This is uncomfortable.
Devimon loves you more than anything. I don't think she'd dark Digivolve. And even if she did, I don't think she'd be bad.
He's gonna hold up his hands and just just grab a hold of Demi, like.
I trust you no matter what.
Brings in wings and feet. I'm a basketball.
There's a sticker for you.
Put on a shirt.
Working on it.
Lotmon, I'm not gonna try to force the Digivolution thing. If it happens, it happens. If not, we'll beat him as a rookie. Sound fun?
Brings out both fucking switchblades.
That's what I'm talking about.
I
Wait,
don't know what you pulled them out from.
wait. I thought she only had one.
Oh no, she gets 3 as Shakyo Jimbomon. I figured out how to get her to keep an extra one.
Whoa.
You look back over, she has the third one in her mouth.
Wow, when'd you figure out the third?
3-knife style.
Listen,
I don't know where the third one came from.
I'm surprised you didn't change into Slash Cherubimon.
That would be cool.
It would be. Although you'd have big blade arms, and that means you wouldn't be as soft.
Unlimited blade works a lot more.
Just hug Lotmon. You are very
Oh, yes! Oh, my dream. Why didn't I do that? Jesus, what is wrong with me?
You still could. I won't stop you. But go ahead. Alright, we gotta take off soon, Chino. I think if we're gonna need to... We don't have a lot of time.
Right. Hey, I get everyone all set.
You just see him like go back over to his team and feeding some jerky to Sanglutmon.
Good morning, everyone.
Who's ready to kick some demon butt today?
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
Yeah! Where's Venus? We need to yell motivations at him.
Uh,
I've been, here
Venus!
I've been here the whole time.
Oh. You were just standing right next to me the entire time and I didn't notice.
Yeah.
I see this guy sillier than you are, you know.
What was that?
I think this guy is stealthier than you are, Shino.
No, I'm just easy to ignore. That's what my dad says.
Oh, that's depressing.
Oh.
Damn.
Ibuki immediately hugs Vadis.
Isn't that normal?
No, usually every time in the room, I'm the person that's automatically known. People have owie warnings on the sides of buildings in my neighborhood.
Canon. I'm making it canon.
My parents are just never really around because they're working so much.
My mom's always got like a big breakfast plate for me.
Wait, your mom cooks?
Yeah.
Your mom
Don't
cooks?
tell her this, but damn, I miss her casserole.
Dad's the one that cooks.
I miss Mom's spaghetti. It was pizza. She didn't cook.
It was good.
She boils half the noodles, gets mad at it for taking too long, calls it an asshole, and then orders pizza.
I love her.
I've never known what spaghetti tastes like.
You should really come over someday.
Wait, can I?
Yeah.
High five to Shino.
Yeah.
Wait, do you have an older sister? You do, right? Emiko, right?
Yeah.
Can we pull pranks on her?
Of course we can.
Double high five.
Oh.
Oh, Oh, there's a hilarious one we could do to her. We could give her a scare and make it seem like her pregnancy test is positive.
You know, it'd be an even funnier joke. We should. No, that might give her a heart attack. Yeah, no, that might kill her.
Yeah, let's not do
I
that.
was gonna say
What
when
kind
she
of
goes
things
to
are you
sleep.
planning?
Oh, when she went to sleep, I was gonna say we could push her bed into the digital world and wait for her to wake up and take a picture when she's scared, and then send her back home immediately after. Then I gotta get wheels for the bed. I'm not doing all that.
I thought you were gonna say we just put like her hand in a bucket of warm water.
Why? What would that do?
Pee.
Is that what that's supposed to do? I never figured out how that one worked. I thought the joke was that you had a wet hand.
Oh dear lord, I'm with crazy people.
Yes, you are. Now, you
Yeah.
get
Don't
ready.
we
mate.
gotta be somewhere?
Yes.
We do. I've been waiting for everybody. Let's head out.
I've been making casual conversation. I don't know about you guys.
Oh wait, is Terriermon nearby with Zowie? Or I guess Apocremon.
Yeah, always by his side.
Always
Contemplating
keep
whether or
watch.
not to get a child harness.
Mm-hmm.
For the sake of everything I was explaining, was Apocremon around with Aoi when I went over my my plan with her, Jack?
Yeah,
Okay,
always
so
by his
he's-
side.
So he's fully aware of what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to like look towards him and Apocremon. Just I want to make sure you're okay with what potentially could happen. I don't know. I don't know if this will work, but I hope it will.
We'll just have to see what happens when it happens.
I know, but I still want to ask you permission first.
Hey, what you doing?
Click clacks.
Click clack clack click clack.
Can you hear my click clacks?
Yes.
Yes.
Constant.
Okay, that's my bad. I'll readjust some mic stuff.
No, I just want to make sure I'm not just doing things without asking you.
It's okay.
You know, you're like family to me too. Any family of Lopmon is family of mine. We can get matching jackets, Apocremon.
Sure. Okay.
So she's like, he's wide mouth. Mom's gonna love making you a jacket. And this is like as Lopmon's digivolving, so he can take off.
Ship kinda sinks on one side.
Oh.
I mean,
Yeah.
she's flying. She's not on the boat.
Guess so.
No, it's funnier if she's on it for a moment and then lifts off.
All right, all aboard. Who's coming aboard?
Okay.
Okay, so who is going with who? I'll split yourselves up on the.
Oh,
On
we
the
did.
colony.
If you go straight down, those are the groups from like where we're standing currently.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. That's helpful.
Do, 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 do.
I'll be honest, I'm a little too tired to fly.
Yeah, you look rough. What happened?
Yeah, my eyes are just like completely red.
Oh. Wait, were you drinking that tea Saichi had?
You have more tea?
You see, Mai was about to like put her hand in her pocket, but she stops. No.
Oh.
Man, you guys gotta stop drinking that stuff.
I didn't drink it.
Wow. Rough night.
See, Mai has like Fanbeamon in her arms. No, not really.
Ah, I get you. Don't worry, I'll take point.
Okay.
Want some coffee?
I'm not allowed to drink coffee.
So,
say- My parents said that it stunts your growth.
You see Shino's in whatever a cup of coffee.
Says who?
Gino,
It was not tall.
by age 40, he only reached 5'5".
I curse you with the shortening, Shino.
That just means I stay adorable.
Sure.
Sure it does.
That's how that works, I guess.
You keep telling yourself that, kid.
Anyways, again, I'm a little tired. Vedas, just listen to what Shino says. I'm just gonna be.
Just gonna be.
My kind of like holds. She holds up Fanbeamon and shrugs a little bit. Be.
Okay then.
Maybe you could use a little assistance, my, Saint Glutmon. Would you be willing to give Maya a ride?
You know,
You want to ride in the back of Saint Glutmon?
Fluffy dog.
Very. As long as you're on the top. Below that's very sharp.
Yeah. I will just very slowly but gingerly get on. Thank you very much.
pretty safe.
As soon as
but
she
the
gets
only
on,
thing
she's
is
got
he has
fluffy.
around it. Yeah, he's fluffy everywhere. It's just like he has blades on like the bottom parts of his feet. That's all. Everywhere else is just fluffy dog.
Maya's gonna give him some neck scritches.
Yeah, Earth starts fucking shaking as his back leg starts going.
Okay, let's go.
Yep.
Shino pulls out the map on his device while looking at Vedas.
This is our target.
Wait, which one? That one?
Right here.
Oh, that one.
That one. The other one. No, not that one. That one.
That
Left.
one?
Indigo.
Oh, Jack, before we take off,
Mm-hmm.
Magnangemon, he's still with me. What does he want to do with that?
For now, he'll probably want to stay on the boat.
All right, so I'll just so I just wanted to know where he is, so he's not coming. All right,
Yeah, he wants to get
Okay.
some of his energy back.
no
Um,
worries. Let him rest on up. I give him some food.
Give me one moment, everyone. Sorry,
My
give
body
me.
is a temple, but this temple loves meat too much.
Just gonna do that on the boat. Again.
Safe boat.
There isn't. I'm not doing the darkness one.
Okay. Well,
Okay, good to go.
All right.
All right, and fly off.
Best of luck, you guys.
Yuto.
Don't die or explode or both.
Yeah, I'll try not to do that.
Instead of yelling, because I don't want to yell right now, I'm just gonna call and say put me on speakerphone so I can talk normally, which is it shouldn't take too long, hopefully.
Okay. But since you're going back to that bar, see if Serafimon has any more of those little souvenir, sites. Those things are cool.
All right, I'll ask. Oh, we gotta see what Mayumi gets as a drink. I'll ask.
Ah!
I'll ask him to see if I can get a to-go cup from Mayumi.
Right.
All right, We're heading off.
All right.
You know, I'm a little worried about those two, about that group going to the bar.
Why?
Well, our first night here in the digital world, we woke up there at Seraphimon's bar, and I remember he had told us that probably the next time we'd be there is if we died.
I kind of thinks for a second. It takes a little bit longer than normal for her to register like something. They do say when someone goes to paradise, it's dying and going to heaven, right?
I don't know. I wouldn't really consider that heaven. Ogremon might.
I mean, we are on Angel Island.
Yeah. Doesn't feel like paradise.
Maybe we just caught it at the wrong time, like a theme park in winter.
Huh.
Or Christmas land in the summer. Those places are sad.
Never been to a Christmas land.
Beer gut Santa.
Yeah, half of it has its outfits off, and it's just he's sweating profusely.
Oh.
Well, ready to prepare for your first mission in digital world.
Oh, good.
Mind if I just sleep a little bit while we're on our way over?
You rest up.
Okay. Fluffy. Just passes out.
My sleep, the sleep of the damned.
Before we go into party divergence, you want to take a quick 5?
Yeah, quick,
Sure.
getting the drink.
All right. We're gonna write break, so I can tell.
Yep. Good scene, by the way, GB.
Yeah! I finally got to RP with Habuki!
Yep.
And momentous occasion. First words from Fan Beamon. The real Fan Beamon, by the way.
Yes, the real one.
Not
Wait.
a mirror version.
Oh, I didn't want you
Buzz,
to make
buzz.
that an E. I wanted it to be break Timf.
Break him.
Break him.
Break Tim, Tim knows why. What?
Can we call that? Can that be the episode title? Tim knows why.
Tim knows why.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a good stand-in.
Looks like we're doing ground control. We'll do
Major
Major Tom after.
Ground control to Major Dan.
I mean, I get to keep this music going for a bit longer.
Shido and Vader are gonna have so many talks.
Turn
You
the
don't-
ocean off, though.
Fucking love this track.
Well, you all start walking. Well, I say walking, I mean whatever methods you are currently using. Maya's a faster kip.
I mean, we probably are. We probably aren't going the fastest we could. Because, don't want Maya to fall off St. Glutmon.
Yeah, he's being very careful not to shake too much.
I got a question for you, Vadis.
What?
What were you doing before you got here? Like, what do you remember last?
Let's see. After I was talking to the rest of you, kind of went home. Wait, no, I didn't get home. Some guy approached me.
Did he have blonde hair?
I think he did.
Did he act like a ponce?
No, he was very nice. Which is weird, because usually when people are nice to me, they only want something.
And he did.
I just remember Actually, he handed me this, and he takes out the core drive. And everything just kind of went hazy after that.
Yeah. Lucimon.
I think I kind of remember some things. I don't know. I remember seeing a big castle. I think it was a castle.
Ah! The Vanishing Castle!
Oh, the big clock tower.
That's the one. I was there too.
I was in there for a while.
Things are really messed up in that place.
I remember going up and then going down, but not out. Like we got to the top and then, I don't know, we just went straight down.
That's where I met Blood Myotismon. If it wasn't for him, his guidance, we wouldn't have been able to do all sorts of different things. Heck, because we went in there, Habuki was able to get Beelzemon.
I mean, that's just a lot of words to me right now. I'm still not fully understanding all this.
Motorcycle. It was in the castle.
The one that's making all the noise?
Like, yeah, that motorcycle's actually alive too.
The one that was crying out for help?
Wait, what?
Oh, does it not speak?
Whoa, you could hear it?
I could hear something.
Yeah, we figured out it was trying to get out. When we found it, we opened the door and it left. And it made its way to find Habuki.
I think I remember hearing that.
Ah, man. So you were there when I was there. I didn't get much time. The time kept, like, chiming away.
As soon as I heard a bell go off, everything went black again for me. It kind of hurt my ears. Like it was right next to me.
Oh, you must have really been at the top. Space is screwy in that place.
I feel I can almost remember something else. It's right at the edge of my memory, but my head hurts every time I try to think about it.
I wonder. Hey, Blood Myotismon.
I was like talking to Digivice because I know he's probably just hanging out in there.
Oh, what is it?
Vadis might have some information in the Vanishing Castle. Is there any details you can say?
Well, at the very top, there's the obvious giant clock tower. It's a strange place, because there's a lot of gears that don't turn in there. You can see the ones that make the clock move itself, but it feels like there's a secondary mechanism in there. I never figured out what it did, though. There was a strange, like, circular indentation in the floor. It was slightly divoted down.
So an extra piece they had to make the mechanism move?
No, not like something was missing. More like it had been so used that it didn't pop all the way back up again.
Wow.
I jumped on it a few times and felt it move down. Maybe I broke it. I mean, the gears had already stopped. It wasn't moving. I just mean, like, the fact that it's now it's now pushed further down might have been... Well, I am big and I'm wearing heavy armor, so, you know.
Were you just like bored half the time you were in there?
I had a whole castle to myself. I could do whatever the fuck I wanted in there. How could you be bored of that?
I mean, like, where you have to like, just kind of entertain yourself.
I have furniture.
Don't remind me.
Dancing chairs.
No! No, not the chairs! Don't like the chairs!
The chairs love you.
We'll test their durability next time.
They're chairs. They're not going to stand up that easily afterwards.
They're creepy!
They're just chairs.
There's just something really, really off about chairs walking at you and following your movements.
The fact that that is the strangest thing to you worries me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He just puts his sunglasses back down and goes back to drinking his coconut drink. Interesting.
I don't think I have weird taste at all.
Kid,
What?
you had one of the weirdest tastes in school.
What do you mean?
I mean, just look at your outfit.
What? You mean a stylish, cool cloak and these awesome glasses?
Oh, what about those shorts with the flame patterns on them?
Oh, I bought those at a gift shop.
Could've just not.
Dude, you think these are just normal shorts?
Oh, I don't know, Guy Fieri.
I guarantee you he doesn't have heat-resistant shorts.
I'm pretty sure he probably does.
I'm pretty sure he's completely immune.
I think he can control it at this point.
Everything's fire around that guy. Anyway, now, heat-resistant shorts.
Okay.
The cloak
We
can
have
fly.
we have that back home too.
No, oh, come on. If someone who came at your butt with a flamethrower, you'd feel it.
Well, yeah, because I don't own a pair. My dad won't let me. He says, if there's a fire, save the money first.
Huh. I wonder if there's a real like that in Sadie's place. It's probably the shoes.
If there's a fire, save my wardrobe first.
But yeah. Nah. We're not wearing gear that's helping us. Shorts, heat resistant. Cloak, fly, glasses. I can see where you are because I can read your life meter.
Don't look at my life here, that's personal.
Ah, that's it.
He just does the joke, he covers himself up.
It's above your head.
Oh. Puts his hand above his head.
Video game health bars.
That's kind of cool.
Telling me. Got these from Pluto, man. These are really neat. Honestly, we've been in a lot of close calls, and these really let us know if we're really in trouble.
I mean, I could tell if it tells you how much, like, health? Is that the right word in this situation?
Yeah, like, we could throw everything we can at somebody, and then take a look at their health, and it didn't move.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
That's when we should run.
What did you think? What is... What are you guys to say about that thing up there?
What?
You just see very high in the distance something flying away.
Burp.
That's what it says on its health bar. It doesn't.
Digimon.
Ah,
That is a
I wouldn't
Digimon.
worry.
Yeah, Burpmon is, yeah.
Question.
Huh?
What was one of the biggest health bars you've seen? What was one of the biggest health bars you'd seen?
Goldramon.
Yeah.
It might be bigger than that. It is very... You shouldn't be able to see its health bar, but you can see it from where you are.
What the heck?
Gonna try to get a good perception on that. 21.
No, it's gonna be with disadvantage, because that's too high.
Ah,
I mean,
18
still an
though.
18.
So an
So you can
18.
tell it's some sort of dragon-like form, but...
Whoa. It's a dragon.
Huh. Cool.
Maybe not.
Why not? Oh. Oh, the others.
Yeah.
They'll probably be fine.
Also, I recall hearing something about a holy dragon.
Oh. Wait.
If there's a holy dragon in this island, it might be under Laylamon's control.
I'm going through the card catalogs in my head. Magnadramon, right?
That's the
I
name.
think
That's
that's
the
what
one.
it's called.
Yeah, no.
That's one of the 4 great dragons. Oh no, they're in trouble.
Uh,
If it's going towards them, that is.
Knowing, looking where we're heading and knowing where they went off, is it near them?
You can't really tell. It's just kind of up in the air at the moment. No pun intended.
Sending text to Seiichi. Watch out. Magnadramon probably most likely in the area.
Responding back. No worries. I think Ibuki was looking for that anyway.
health bar. Big.
Sends back a picture, like with a little smiley face. It's a picture of Owie. Owie, bigger. Don't worry, we'll keep an eye out.
In the background of said picture, you see a very angry-looking Magnadramon. And we'll deal with that later.
Oh no!
Don't grimace at me.
Shows the picture to Vadis.
Well, there's nothing we can do now. Maybe we should just deal with our thing quickly.
Yeah, we should hurry.
Okay, let's go.
Sorry, boy. I'm gonna have to help keep Mai down.
And just tying down Mai to Sanglutmon.
I feel like I would wake up with something like that.
Start rousing awake after feeling yourself being tied down to the back of a dog.
We're
Don't
ready.
worry. Just go back to sleep.
Why am I tied to the dog?
So you don't
So you
fall.
don't fall.
I could just get up.
Running.
We don't have time to argue. Just let us tie you to a giant dog.
I can fly, you know.
There's no time for that.
Oh my god.
Finishes tying knots and starts running.
Shino Pareto, I hope you don't value this rope.
I knew there was a dragon in the air.
I want this to get stupider, please.
I want this to get stupider.
Hold on,
There's a
wait. What dragon?
There's a Magnadramon about to nip on Cherubimon's butt.
Can I bring a perception to see if I can see anything?
Oh, you won't be able to see it now. It's probably gone. You do still have the picture, though.
Oh. Is that one of the ones that Hibuki has to fight?
It's coming.
Well, it's going after them. And if it's something Hibuki has to deal with, then I don't think we can help with that.
No one said that we weren't allowed to participate.
That's true. All
I
right.
mean, aren't things on this island kind of whoopsie doodles right now?
Oh yeah, no,
I
I don't think it
Yeah.
really matters.
this is very whoopsie doodle.
Hopefully everything's not as bad in the town we're going to.
Shino.
Okay, yeah, even the most outskirt one they were all under. Come on, yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Slow.
That's why you tied the dog.
Maya's just going to very calmly just like pull her sword out for the first time ever, turning it into actual blade mode, and she's just cutting the rope so she can get off.
No!
Well, there goes the deception check, Chibi. Now what's gonna happen when you run into Monzemon?
I don't care.
He was supposed to look at you like, I have captured 2 digidestined and their lovely canoe. I will not make it.
That lovely canoe.
Yeah, Mai was tied to the dog like a common canoe.
I'm going to fly
I
now
was,
because
I was making
can.
another boat reference. It was a callback.
I'm
Oh,
going to
for
fly.
fuck's sake.
You're going.
Yeah, we're running
Let's
and flying.
stop that. No frills. Let's get some.
Remind me to never let you take care of sleeping people ever again.
What is this?
You were comfy.
I don't need that anymore.
I was, and then you tied a rope around me.
Because we saw a dragon.
No, I don't need that anymore.
We'll talk about this later.
No, that's way too happy.
Darkness consuming.
I don't know if you're aware of the protocol, Miami. Dragons go raw, we go run.
Mine goes, I'm hungry. Feed me.
The easiest way to deal with this, just help Habuki jump on its back. The weight of his plate armor will cause it to barrel towards the earth. Oh!
Yeah!
Remember, it's gonna have a very imposing voice, Jack, like, you, I will follow Lord Lucima. Oh!
Kind of heavy, kid. Yeah, we're going down.
Habuki's gonna be sitting on its back, just like, yeah, help! Yeah, help! Yeah, Magidra, Gold, Azula, where are you?
All right, stealthing up.
Digimon, you still owe me $20.
Big stealth boy.
Oh,
Yep,
this.
stealthing up and getting to this town. 20.
No, I've heard that music before. I know where that should go. That's not it.
Alright.
No, that's not right either. Oh, I'll find it out in a second.
Alright, we could get ready for anything in there, Vetus. We gotta go sneaky.
What do you mean sneaky? You
Like-
call me shifty?
But tactics.
Oh, sorry.
Sneaky
Point
like the
at it.
fact that you didn't even remember that I was here.
Like scoping out the area, seeing what the threat level's like, getting them before they get us.
You know, in hindsight, this would all be a lot easier if we had binoculars.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on. I have an idea. Where's the sun at the current moment?
Why don't you ask Chimeramon?
It's over there. Where the sun should be at like 10 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
So not directly overhead.
That's fine. You want to get a good view, Shino?
Hmm?
You want to get a good view?
Yeah.
Okay. Just bear with me on this one. Mai's just going to, like, put her arms around Shino's waist, interlock them, wings are going out, and we are going up. I specifically want to make sure that we are, our backs are against the sun, so that way if anything looks at us, they really won't see anything.
Blinded by the light.
Mm-hmm. But I want to give Shino a view so that way he can check health bars. Or how many health bars might be in town.
Okay. You start getting closer, and you do said trick, and you see a fair few. You see a big cluster near the bottom of the town itself, and then just some others that seem to be walking around. None of them look like very impressive, except for like one, which is. It looks like it could be a bit of a problem, but it's like not. It's not an impressive one, so.
Just Shino pointing like,
Closer toward bottom of town, there's some stray ones walking around, and there's a bigger one compared to the rest of them over there.
Could the cluster be like the ones we might need to save?
let me get a perception roll on that. 13.
With sight-wise, you can't really tell.
I think we're too high up to tell.
I can't hold on for much longer.
Let's go down.
Okay.
But we got a good scope of where everyone is.
People are heavy, Al.
Well, sorry, I kind of all the actual good food that was being made. It kind of has some second helpings, which was good because I was kind of dangerously underweight.
Maybe you should talk to Hibuki and get in shape or something.
I am in shape. Have you seen me run?
Shino?
Hmm?
How strong are you?
That's neither here or there.
Okay, we're going now.
I'm a runner, not a lifter.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm not a lifter either.
By the way, you know I can also fly too, right?
Yeah, but having two sets of wings going around is probably make it easier to be spotted.
Okay.
Look, I just woke up like 20 minutes ago.
I woke up like this.
Alright, so stealthing around the town, like making like way like towards like the back of a building and peering in.
All right.
What is that? I see
What the heck?
a lady.
Yes, this is the other map from the other town, just flipped upside down. Thank you for noticing.
I wouldn't have noticed.
Yeah.
I know, but just in case, because there will be one comment. Do you know how I know? Because I'm that person. You bastard. How dare you?
So which way are we coming in from?
You'll be coming in from the side.
Oh, cool. Convenient.
From the where?
The side over here.
Right or left?
The right side.
Okay.
Just kind of up here in like the top cornery bit. Well, I say top corner, but just miserly way, you know. You fucking know. Like I said, you can tell these health bars for these things aren't very like
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah.
So
Towards the center. That's the big one. Well, bigger than like the other ones here. Best to assume they're under Laylamon's control.
Can we see what they're doing?
I'll need you to give me a stealth as well.
Can do. I have +5 to this. So that's a 14 plus 5, so that's
19.
19. Great, but
yeah, I'll
it's
say make-
serviceable.
Yeah, they won't be able to. I don't think. No. She can't. Yeah, you see them just looking around in buildings. They seem to be making sure they've got. It looks like they're trying to make sure they've got everyone.
So yes, that grouping is a bunch of...
Oh yeah, you
Digimon.
can see the cages in these cages here are very, very full of poor little Cupimon.
Same business here too.
They look terrified.
Oh, we should probably give a general rundown here. Vedas, we don't kill. That's just not a thing we do.
That's fine by me. I don't think I want to kill anyway.
Awesome.
Yeah, nobody here wants to do what they're doing. They're all under mind control.
I should probably make sure I'm on the map too. That would be helpful.
Maps are important.
Okay.
Wrong form. Remind me to change the icon after this. Oops!
He rolled himself.
Whoa! How'd you do that?
Oh, so you're a Dark Souls fan. I get it now. What happened last time to make them stop as far as the mind control? Wasn't it that the leader went down, right?
I believe so.
Could we assume that that one over there kind of motioning to... I guess that's... What is that? Lady... Angelwoman?
Mm-hmm.
I guess she's the leader, maybe? Would the health
Based
bar
on-
make that assumption?
Based on health bar, is that more of an assumption?
Yeah. It seems about right with the information you have around here.
It seems that way at the moment. Unless something bigger,
if
like...
if you're looking like around even further, yeah, there's no like other health bars like around it. Like, I won't make you like roll for that. Like, you definitely can't see anything else besides everything here.
Yeah. Unless if there was anything else that left, she's the one that's in control here.
I need to check range on things really quick. Just to know. You get closer.
Gotta clear this beforehand.
So do we want
Don't
to
worry
just
about that. Yeah.
go in and try to get her down as quickly as possible, or what?
I mean, we could try and, I don't know, knock her out.
That's the
You don't have
idea.
to fight if we don't have to. I mean, I'm just throwing out ideas. I don't know if you guys have anything you can do.
Let's see.
I mean, hold on. I mean, I could, you know, teleport someone over there. Just whoosh.
You can teleport?
Oh yeah, I was reading what I can do on this thing. I can teleport people.
Can you teleport yourself?
Oh, I can definitely teleport myself. I have to hold on to someone to do it.
Okay, but if you touch someone, they can teleport them?
I think it's him and someone else.
Yeah, it's me and someone else.
Raiders, how would you like to cause a distraction?
I wouldn't.
But they won't know. They won't notice it's you. Here's what I'm thinking. I could turn you invisible.
I can just turn invisible.
Wait, you can just turn invisible?
Yeah. I'm just gonna use digital equip for a second and just turn invisible.
Can you not turn invisible? I can turn invisible.
Oh, okay, so we can all just turn invisible.
I can make you invisible.
So this is the stealthiest team.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay, what if you turn invisible? When over there, teleport over to the cage and open them, letting out the Cupimons, and that would distract everyone there. And then we rush in and bum rush Angel Woman.
It
Wouldn't
potentially
that
could
kind of
make.
put them in danger, though?
Yeah.
Because we would be running right towards tiny, baby-looking creatures with big, scary creatures.
What if you let them out the back?
I think they just kind of open up the way they open up. I don't know which way all the cages open. I'm guessing they all open in different ways, but only one way. So there's no telling which way to actually open them unless we're over there, and by that point, we're already in the thick of it. And I still don't think that's a good idea to open those cages.
Is there objects around this little town?
Like,
Just general, town stuff. Like,
there's there's outside, you see some, general stuff, some, little lawn decorations, some, gardening equipments.
is there
I don't know
anything
if
over
there's
off to this, to the left side?
Whereabouts?
Just the left side in general, near any of the buildings.
Not really. I don't think there would be.
Okay, so there's general garden equipment. Where exactly would that be?
You could see some across the way, around here-ish.
I have an idea.
What you got?
I can make a little friend who's also invisible, and technically I can just have them do stuff for me.
That sounds cool.
They can lift stuff, not super heavy stuff, but they can do stuff. I usually, when I was at home, I used to use them, to play games. That sounds really sad when I put it that way.
Hey. You do what you gotta do.
Also, while we're stealth back here, I'm also gonna go Crystal Revolution.
I can use this little friend to maybe we can have it throw something or make noises, cause a distraction.
Okay. So, when they distract you, hit him with a big boom all at once?
Sure.
Wow.
I'm going to cast Unseen Servant, a spell I never thought I would ever need to use. In any D&D game, I've never used this spell ever. But I'm going to cast Unseen Servant, and I'm going to have it go over roughly around this area, where you mentioned there was gardening equipment. Is there a bucket or something?
You can use the air elemental token for this.
Sure.
You already have access to it, so
I do not.
you should do.
I do not.
Air elemental. It's top of the fucking. It's near the top of the.
No, that's
me.
Shino. That's Shino that has that.
Oh no, but you had control over it in the Vedas fight.
Yeah. And
I do not.
Oh, why did that change? Because I know I fucking. There you go. I should.
Okay. I'm having it go over here. Is there a bucket or something like that?
Yeah, you can easily find a bucket.
I'm going to have it flip the bucket upside down, and then I'm going to have it scurry and make a lot of noise and then go up this way.
Okay. We have to roll some things in now.
I wanted to make a lot of noise, like it's pushing over like things and stuff like that, at least to insinuate or at least to try to insinuate that there is something small underneath the bucket that is trying to sneak away but doing a bad job.
I see what you mean. Alright. Yeah, you'll chase after it. What will you do? Yeah, you'll probably chase after it too. You. Nah.
Wow.
Oh my god. Thinking
Well,
on the
managed
fly
to
worked.
get,
Do, 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 do.
see some of them start moving.
Okay. Yeah, we're moving down a little bit.
Yeah, we're moving away from us. They're going up. We're going down.
I want it to kind of like draw over a bit more. And then as soon as they're going to grab the bucket, the unseen servant's going to let go and come back to the garden equipment to make more noise.
You see this Digimon start to pick up the bucket to look underneath.
And then they're going to immediately hear a rake falling.
Let's see. Let me see. Immediately gonna dart around this corner.
And then if there's like a hose or something, they're gonna see like the hose be like moving behind this corner.
So, that angel woman, she don't see shit, right?
Not right now, no.
There's a building, yeah, in the way.
Yeah, there's no way like she could fucking like see you through a fucking building.
With
no,
the
I mean
power
like,
of pulling
no, I mean
out-
like, what was all going, like that goofy scene going on over there.
No, she's only just coming up to it now as well, so.
Okay, I'm making my way all the way down, because I want to get to the edge of this building right here.
Alright.
Okay.
Like, I would have been talking to Maya on the way, like,
If they're all distracted up there, and she's alone, we can hit her with one really big shot from here. I have a plan.
looking at looking into the Digivice.
Hey, Blood Myotismon. Wanna beat up an angel?
Ugh, if I must.
This is gonna be bully. This is an Angelomon. It's not like it's a mega.
She's an ultimate though.
It's true. Yeah.
Alright, so
Original
Getting-
details.
the boy.
I'm in a wall.
Okay. Getting her in, because she should definitely be in range. Oh, yeah, she's in range. Gonna fire Gardic Raid.
Oh boy.
Well, guys, get ready. It's about to be initiative. I hope to God this hits. Is there advantage because we set this up and she don't see shit?
It's a surprise, so.
I'll give it to you.
All right. 18.
Shoom. It breaks this building.
Did we miss her entirely?
Oh yeah. And that definitely did get her attention. She's staring daggers that direction now.
Well, hell!
She sees Blood Myotismon.
Yep. Sees very red armor poking around the corner.
Sorry.
No need for
Alright.
What up?
no need for that one anymore.
Damn. You got a high AC.
Just go with this one.
I think it funnier it missed because she saw a bit on the ground and went down to pick it up.
Oh, money.
Piece of candy.
I'm gonna turn desert down a bit because that one's a bit too loud. It's just time, children.
Got an 18 initiative.
14. That's not good.
Damn.
Wow, Vetus is ready to go.
Right, is screaming violence, violence, violence.
Angelmon.
Damn!
Hold on. I'm gonna make some token trackers as well. Paste. Ignore the ones that are in the top corner. I'm not gonna call it fucking Pedobon because that's no. I'm just gonna call him QPmon.
Jaredmon? Oh wait, no, that's True Never mind.
Him! That's the pedo right there!
There's the red Mon.
You hear the sirens coming, Gargoyle Man comes in the scene.
Wee 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 wee.
And the last one. Fuck it, wrong button. Damn it! I always click the wrong one. Okay, let's see, Angelmon. Let's see how far you can fly. No, that's fucking close. She fucking darts off towards poor Blood Myotismon.
Zoom.
Immediately starts going up for a Celestial Arrow.
Ugh.
That's gonna whiff. That was a bad roll for you.
He doesn't even have to make a flurry, he just stands there.
I'm going for a second Celestial Arrow.
Nope.
Oh, but it gets even closer than the last one.
He almost nicks the chair.
Oh no!
Wow, you almost hit the broadside of a barn.
You bitch! You almost hit my chaise lounge! My fainting couch! I'm gonna be it for her.
We have a fainting couch for each member of the party, depending on who makes him faint.
I mean, we could at this point. He also has a sulking chair, but we'll go over that one later. Vader's now all armored up. I had hair in my mouth. Eh.
Ew.
That's like right in the middle of my tongue as well. Let's see, what's she gonna do? You are going... Well, first of all, I forgot to roll for your SP, so you're just stuck with that for now. That's fine. You... What will you do? You are going... you could probably just fly up. You got a fucking... Doop. A doop. Yeah, you can get up and close. Immediately just fucking starts dashing between the middle of the houses. You don't even see him move, that's how fast he goes. That's Jessmon speed. And... you see him take out both swords. He has what looks like the Jessmon tail sword in one hand, and the same black-bladed sword from the fight he had with you. He's gonna go in for 2 different strikes. He's gonna go in for Justice Edge first. Yeah, that one's gonna hit.
Hell yeah.
I need to check. Which do you do? Okay. You just resist it, so... extra 9. And gonna go in for the Enchanted Sword Slash. That was gonna hit too. Power Slashing 6 glitch. Nice chunk at 18 there. There you go. You see him fucking going to town with these swords. He doesn't seem to be going for any like kill like slashes. He kind of uses the back of the enchanted sword. But he's laying into her and doing pretty well for himself.
Hey.
Gonna be the unfortunately named Angel Digimon's turn.
So, legendary action, Blood Myotismon, gonna make his way up to her.
Okay. Let's see. You have a generic fly speed you can get to out there.
Whee!
I should just call on that. You can get to about the...
Alright.
Actually, sorry, before that.
Huh?
Oh, that's the wrong sheet. Yeah, only one could at least attempt this, I think. Yeah, he's gonna try and attack Vadis with a fire feather. And it's just gonna burn up before it even hits him. Now it's your turn.
Well, at the end of Pidmon's turn, additional legendary point action because he's got up to 3 points. Since he's now in range, he is going. Blood Myotismon is going to go for a bite.
Okay.
That's not gonna hit.
That's not gonna hit, unfortunately. You
Alright.
see the jaw of his helmet open, revealing what he looks like inside, but you can't really get a good look at it. It seems to still be... It seems the armor itself is still hiding the rest of his body in shadow, but you can definitely see the sparkle of his fucking fangs in there. And they are some nasty-looking fangs.
Now officially Shino's turn. How high up is this building?
Same as last place. They're not like high buildings. Like,
Because they're made for Cupimon.
yeah, they're made for tiny baby angels. Like with a good running jump, you could probably hold on to the edge of the fucking roof and pull yourself up.
Like I can also just jump and fly up.
Yeah, basically, it's not gonna take you fucking any movement. Just like 25 to 30 feet, I'd say.
Oh, that's easy. Yeah. And then free action, get second Digimon out. And let's bring out, coming out of the shadow of this building, Shademon.
He looks so cool as he steps out of the shadow of the building itself. It looks like he's stepping out the doorway, but if you were inside, you'd see him just appearing like through the frame rather than fully out the doorway.
Oh yeah.
And let's see. What's the range on this? Oh, you know what? He can do this just stepping out like that because I think even this guy's in range. Oh yeah. What about you? You're in range too? Wow, every enemy is within range of this. Frightful presence.
Oh dear God, hold on. That's a lot to roll.
They would all have to make a DC 19 Wisdom save.
Angelmon succeeds. Closer Pidmon. Fail.
Failed.
Succeed.
Just made it.
And both Darkmon. The one up top. Failed.
Failed.
The other one. Failed.
Failed.
Let's see. Let's put tiny fear token on them. No, it's you that's frightened. Okay, there we go.
Cool. Alright. They all are afeared. And Sheena aiming down at Angelmon. Just aiming the crossbow down.
Gotcha.
30.
Hits.
And also procking sneak attack.
Mm-hmm.
Another 15 on top of that.
Damn. Yeah, that goes in deep and hard.
Extra attack.
Get in
Second
the fucking
shot.
Side.
25.
That hits.
Another 24 piercing.
You're still wearing your glasses, right?
Yep.
You managed to get it down to... Oh my god, I forgot all my fractions. 2/3, that's right.
Huh. A third's down.
And gonna roll, see if we can get Gardic Raid. Nope, that ain't happening. No Gardic Raid. But you know what? Let's go first. I can make 3 Sodom and Gomorrah slashes.
I do it. Flashy slash.
Miss. Miss. Wow, you are not rolling well, buddy.
Oh. Minimal effort. Minimal effort. Minimal effort.
Ah, come on.
And that is our turn.
My
I'm going to move my little invisible boy. Can I like? How much is the was it Pedomon?
Hitmon, yeah.
Pedmon? How much is it paying attention?
Like right now, it's kind of hyper focused.
On, I'm guessing, what's happening in front of it.
Yeah.
Can I tie the hose around its feet?
I don't know.
But you, you don't know?
Yeah, I was just reading over the spell. Sorry, just to
Okay.
see where to go with this. I'll say just roll me a straight d20 and we'll see
Okay.
if it's over 10.
16.
Yeah, it managed to do so.
Okay, so there's just like a hose that is being wrapped around either one foot or both of its feet, and my kind of peek out, realize that things have already kind of popped off, and she's just kind of sitting there for a second, going, "I never get to do anything fun." So you know what? Let's have some fun. I am going to bring out Waspmon. Baby boy. Actually, I can move him a little bit, so I want him
And
to
buzz,
be right
buzz,
here.
bitch.
Some giant bee coming out of an alley.
You know, if they were in their right mind, they'd be terrified right now.
It's true.
I'm allergic!
I'm allergic to railgun blast.
Oh yeah, time to good son your ass.
Ato.
Oh,
Hold on, I want to see a thing really quick.
hoo-wah.
Ugh. Why does Blood Myotismon have to be in the way? I mean, Hold on, what is it? Yeah, that'll work. It's not real. It's like a ghost.
I know, but still, your poor servant. Doesn't even
It has
see
10
coming.
HP. It'll go instantly.
I don't think it even has that. I think it has 2.
Oh yeah, no, it has. No, it hasn't. No, it has 1 HP.
That's even worse. It has such a low existence.
But I am going to use Bear Buster as a it goes for 100 feet, which means I'm hitting both of these boys.
Oh, you're also hitting the Cupimon in the cages.
Oh.
Yeah, it goes 100 feet.
Oh, well then we can back up to make that.
You could just go
alleviate
above the
that.
building.
Huh?
It can fly. It
Yeah,
could just
we're
go
going-
above the building and then just...
Yeah, we're going.
Or in a doorway. I'll just say it can go in a doorway. I'm not going to be fucking too finicky on this shit.
We're moving up so that way we don't hit it.
Yeah.
Just we're going up. I can't move off of the fucking screen.
Don't worry, it's fine.
We are trying to shoot. Yep, pew.
Ooh.
The duality. I know.
I mean, depending on severity, there could still be a chance. I got all the fucking sheets in the way, so I can't roll the fucking dice. Ooh. Yeah, I want you to roll me that attack. I want to see what damage it does.
17. No.
Yeah, that shot somehow has a bit of a boost behind it. You don't know why. It might have had to do with your conversation last night, you don't know. But it seems to be stronger. Your precious partner seems to be in top form, but that shot does in fact go a little bit further than you expected. It misses all of them and hits the cages behind.
Do
You
I
can
see
see
the
there are some
gun?
there's some very injured looking babies in there now.
Hmm. Oh.
They're all backing up to at the edges of the cage now.
Okay. Damn. That fucks with things a lot.
Oh, that cage is open now at least.
That's true.
Freedom!
Um,
Horrible, horrible freedom!
But hey, at least the unseen servant still. Why would I care?
You can still mess with other people
I guess.
if you want.
Don't. The bow will fucking kill these things, so I really don't want to use the bow. I'll. You know what? Thunderstep. Why not? I have the ASP to just fuck about. I'm just gonna appear right here. Thunderstep is within 10 feet. So it needs to make a con save.
A 14.
That is my DC, so it will take half damage to that. It will take 4 thunder damage. Wow, that is the worst. We're having bad times right now. But hey, at the very least, its ears are probably bleeding right now, as within 300 feet, everyone hears a loud.
Can't tell if it's bleeding because he's wearing a helmet.
Mop!
Mop.
It's probably ringing in there though.
Okay. We're here now.
Is that everything?
Yeah, Mai's just kind of like casually pulling out like her sword. We're here now. This is what we're doing.
Oh boy, the dark man. You got 50 feet to fly. Do 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 do.
Wait, if they're feared, or is it a different kind of fear that they can still move towards the thing they're afraid of?
Oh, never mind then. I forgot about fear.
You marked them.
I did, but I also have a very short memory span.
So they're just gonna kind of stay all the way over there.
I'll just start flying off this way.
Grr.
Well, we can just forget about them for now then.
Yep.
Now to someone who isn't frightened. Let's see, who will you go for?
Got a lot of targets.
Oh, actually. You can do this as well. You see Anjuan raise her hands in the air and a very warm light seems to emanate from them as a wave of it seems to pulse out across the battlefield from her. And the fear effect now fades from everyone.
She used her action to take away fear, huh?
And she can get in one attack. But this is a range attack, so it's gonna be disadvantage close, so aim for Shade Man.
Oh, jeez. Let's see.
22 Shadow Boy.
Reaction, Shadow Slide.
Alright.
And let's see.
To just slide to
How
the
far
right.
can he move? He can move 10 feet from that. And it raised, yeah, his AC went up and he's moving.
Alright.
It's like, vroom.
Well, that's everything she can do. Venus, my child, what will you do? What can you do? You'll probably just go in for some more attacky doos. That's gonna be advantage because he's currently technically. I'll just move him over there for them. Why not? I'll just do a sneaky little. Ooh.
Dang, boy!
Uh,
43 damage from that boy.
Is that with the half from Radiant?
Hmm. Slash 17 radiant. Alright.
Alright. And go in with the other sword. That one's gonna hit. For a nice chunk. Yep, still hitting those fucking, like, good swings in. These Pedomon ain't fucking scared. He'll come in.
Oh no! It's a not a feared Pedomon!
You gonna attack the one who's attacking the big boss right now.
For her madam's honor!
Gonna use his holy rod. I ain't gonna hit though.
What? No! No! It can't be called that! Not with that
its
name!
That's its name. That's
No!
the name of the attack.
Gargoyle Man's gonna make a visit to this town.
This
Hey,
boy
Don't give him
gonna
his
triple fall on his fucking face. I'm gonna say that takes up his turn.
Okay, legendary action at the end of their pathetic turn. Nama! 27!
That one's definitely gonna hit.
10 piercing, 10 necrotic.
Let me see. Uh-huh.
I do.
You see him sink his teeth in. It makes a very large squelching noise, and she doesn't seem to react, is the thing. Like, anyone normally would, but you can tell. It's just some brainwashed shit because of the way she currently is right now. Because she should be in pain.
What kind perhaps the control this Layla might have on them.
But I will say, the necrotic only does half.
Wow. That is messed up.
I just noticed this Pidomon moved.
Yeah, technically he fell face first.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it took his whole turn. He fell over.
He did the amazing Peter Griffin landing.
Yeah, he currently looks like that with a hose around one leg.
Let's see. Oh, that's fun. How many of those can I do? I can do 3 of those. That's cool. Let me back you up there. So, this Pedomon's about to get hit with 3 snake sights.
Do it, stab him.
Or actually, no, 2 snake sights and a snake bite.
Do it, stab him.
27.
That's definitely gonna hit.
And a 20.
Gonna hit.
Oh, it's 28. It's, yeah.
Still gonna hit.
So there's those. That's 28 slashing, and is necrotic halved on them too? Followed by snake bite.
I fucking blanked for a second there. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it takes the full. These take the full necrotic.
Well, that's the...
All right.
Plus an additional 27 from snake bite.
Okay. And it has to make a save or be poisoned. Cone. Nah, he's poisoned.
No.
Blech.
Okay. Well. And Blood Myodosmon is gonna go for his shots again. Let's see. Oh. Let's also see if I can get that move back. It's back! Gardic Raid. Let's see. Since she's right there, we got to go for close-up hits of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Don't fucking miss.
22.
That one's... Yeah, I think that's it, yeah.
Miss. And there's 19 hit.
Nah, that misses.
Alright, so 1 hit with this. Fire and brimstone, baby. That's 11 fire brimstone sword.
I mean, it was still a good, decent chunk out of her health, though.
And now we got Shino up top. And he is going to... Let's see. Yeah, we're going for Heart Killer again. Heart Killer does a lot of damage. 25!
The shot was meant to hit. Do it.
20!
Oh.
And proc his sneak attack again because I got allies within 5 feet. Another 17 on top of that.
Ooh. She ain't looking so good right now, I can tell you that much.
Come
mean-
on!
Physically, she isn't, but she's not emotionally showing it.
And let's go for another.
And where'd it go? That's in that one.
Not you troll me the fucking thing. I've got all the character sheet things in the way, and I can't be asked to move.
74.
It just whiffs.
Ah! Thank goodness for that!
You're lucky you rolled that one.
And oh, that guy's within 30 feet. Cool.
I mean, he's on the floor right now, so.
Yeah, I don't want to kick an idiot when he's down. Would Shademon still count within under the Echo Knight properties?
No, not when he's
'Cause I'm
in his
using it-
Digimon form.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
he'll take on his like clone appearance of you if he's an Echo Knight.
Then in that case, yeah, I don't want to waste that at all. All right, so I'm just gonna. That's the end of my turn.
Okay. My idiot just face planted in front of you and he's not moving.
I feel bad.
You don't know if he's hurt or if he's just choosing not to after that. And he's just lying there.
I can't move away, otherwise he could probably hurt me.
I mean, he could probably try.
Don't feel bad for him. He's got a terrible name.
Gonna step to the side a little.
Yeah, he's just not going to bother moving anymore.
How does Angelomon look?
Very not good physically. Like I said before, she's not really emoting, but you can definitely see it. She's taken a lot of hits, and she probably won't last very much longer.
So we know that they're being controlled in some fashion, yeah? Could I... You know what? The only way to know is to just test it out. I am going to just use Counterspell on Angelomon.
Yes. Start casting the spell, and it doesn't find anything to latch onto.
Does it still consume the SP?
It still consumes the SP.
Damn. I mean, Counterspell technically is fucking a reaction spell, so that's nice.
Yeah, it's a reaction to when someone else is casting a spell.
Okay, so that's...
That's why it's a counter spell.
Does she look like a single bow shot would kill her?
As long as you don't crit.
Nothing good has gone my way today.
Do it.
So we're just gonna... Fine.
That's gonna hit.
It's a 31 hit, yeah. Yeah, please make that save.
Do.
It is a DC 17 wisdom save.
Yeah, she saves.
Why? But she takes 23 radiant, and then she's got infinite boring on her. I don't know if that's during her turn. I believe it is when she takes the damage.
Yes.
Cool.
She's so boring.
Um,
Yeah, it's halved on her.
cool.
It's 11. It's always down because it's 0.5, and so you just ignore the 5. Yeah.
That means that she can take another arrow shot, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Make that save again!
You don't even need me to tell you it's gonna fucking hit.
I would like you to make that save again. God damn it, she's got high wisdom.
She's very wise, is the thing.
Maya's just firing the bow going, I'm trying to help you! That sounds very strange. Wasman, after that scenario, is going to kind of come down a little bit, seeing that, Pydomon, we're gonna call it Pydo, because it makes things nicer. Turbo Stinger. Does it have advantage since he's down?
I'm sorry, what?
Is he
Turbo
prone?
Stinger. Yeah, he's prone.
Yeah, he's just not moving.
Okay, so this is with advantage then.
Not moving anymore.
17,
Yeah.
11,
No.
14.
No.
Okay, so only one hits. 24 damage though.
He just kind of ragdolls into another position on the floor and just decides not to move anymore.
The unseen servant, I guess, is going to just kind of casually go over and grab more garden supplies.
Yeah, it hasn't really been told to do anything else yet, so...
So you know what? It's grabbing a trowel. You know what those could be used for.
Dear Lord. Jam it in his neck!
It can't really... It's not very strong.
It can't attack.
It's not... Yeah, it can't do that.
It's insertion, not attacking.
Shut up.
Anyways, that's my turn, I guess.
Let's deal with these ladies who are all the way off, basically off the fucking map at this point.
They're no longer feared, so that's good.
They're probably just gonna dash, so...
Oh my god!
Yeah, they got some 50-foot fly speed. They fucking angels, man. You bastard.
They just come over to him. Why are you on the
Everyone
floor?
wondering why
I
it
don't
sounds
wanna
like we're
get up.
talking to ourselves because Cable's muted. He's been throwing lines at Jack.
Wow, you really can't do shit all, can you, Anshulman? Make a celestial arrow attack up there or two, so... Fuck it, you're gonna aim at Sheena on this.
Bring it!
Did she bring it?
Hold on.
I mean, it probably won't matter. She'll probably be down by the end of the fucking...
Okay, yeah, okay.
turn
No.
anyway.
You know what? No, I'm gonna make her work for this. I'm using my reaction. Cheshire's movement.
Okay.
I just appear like at least 20, just right above, up in the air, like
Meh!
Gonna shoot at you again then.
I'm
wasn't gonna-
engaging.
I wasn't gonna hit. Ooh!
I'm glad that's half radiant damage.
Yeah, but it ain't half piercing. Oh, look, Vedas' turn. See if he can finish her off.
Ouch!
You're just using the flat and the backs of the blades again. Nice. 20 damage from there. Wish it was more damage, but oh well. Enchanted sword. Another 20. Oh, close. She very close to being down, but just not there yet. So, do you know what? As a bonus action, he is going to call upon a slightly psychotic friend. And try and get this over with quickly.
Sister, what?
Yeah. Those are his partners, remember?
Oh, God. Oh, I was thinking it was somebody else. Ah!
Yeah, that's gonna hit. She gonna go crazy on this poor woman.
She just like bop her off the side of the head and she's gone.
She's still fucking standing. She probably won't be after one good attack from someone, but... Let's see. I can promise you now, Vedas doesn't really care about that. Sheena, on the other hand, he's fucking lost like 5 gallons of blood. Don't even know how that's possible. Let's see. Poison.
Luckily, Sheena's not currently seeing this. He's doubled over midair.
He's gonna.
What are you
He's gonna shove his rod into this child again.
God damn.
He's gonna miss though.
Son of a... Why, Jay?
Oh look, it's your turn. Just saying, that's the actual name of the attack. You can look on the wiki.
I get it. Get you.
Alright, this is it. The moment we've all been waiting for. I'm finally gonna do it. 30 feet. Yup, I got this. Especially since I'm gonna use cunning action to give me a boost. It's time for the Shino drop kick.
I'm unmuting for this, he says.
Yep, he's getting like going like turning around in midair and making a mad dash straight for Angelomon.
Sonic drop kick.
Yeah!
What do I need to roll for this?
Fucking, I don't know, roll me a dex for it, cause fuck it, why not?
Alright, I technically in flanking.
You are technically flanking, and this is a melee attack, so...
Nat 20! Nat 20!
Jesus Christ.
At this point, that means you have to make it a named attack on your sheet now, Dan.
I do!
Fuck it, why not? We'll stat it out after.
The Sonic drop kick!
For now, we'll just give it 2d10, because fuck it, why not on that crit? Say, if you get above a 17 plus your dex, then...
Isn't your dex maxed out?
And my dex is maxed out!
That's 18!
You just
18!
Went over. You just went over. She is fucking knocked out cold. You cold clock her across the fucking face. You knock her helmet off. And she is out. You kind of fall on your side after that. It looked cool, but
Yeah.
It's falls over, just like lifting arm up, thumbs up.
You see all the other angel Digimon now just kind of holding their head slightly and blinking like very, very rapidly, like they're just coming back to consciousness.
Mai's just been watching this kind of like plain face for a while. Turns around to look at like the Digimon behind her. Looks up at Waspon and goes, I don't think we need to be better than them.
Just holds up a tiny sign in their hand. Crazy people.
Crazy people. Anyways, let's go fix the problem here. Mai's just gonna kind of like clap her hands together and just start healing.
I got shot.
Let's see, which one of the others?
Those babies are
Everyone
gonna be
gets
afraid.
healing.
Getting out my comfort, Demi.
You guys go handle the Digimon that are in the cages,
Yeah.
please.
Can you guys all let the Cupimon out? Well,
You're getting healed too. Calm down.
Ah,
See these,
Mine's just
other-
like whole hand open, just like on Sheena's face, just mushing.
Yeah, Crystal Revolution's fading off him right now. It's like,
if I didn't have that up, that would have really, really, really hurt.
You're
Even worse.
fine. You're fine.
I got nat 20.
These Piedmon come over and start healing up you two, well, everyone as well. Because that's an ability they have that I didn't use.
Oh shit.
I'm here to help.
Ah!
Oh my god, okay, thank you, sir. Currently in the background while all this is happening, though, there will be garden equipment flying across without anyone noticing because it's funny.
I'm going to just dispel the
No, you
unseen
don't.
servant.
It's staying around to fulfill its duty. It's not stopping until every piece of garden equipment has been flung somewhere else.
I'm dispelling it. I can do that.
Not if God says no. Continue.
Yeah,
Jack.
but
No, because it's funny.
if I have a cursed mansion forever, you can deal with this.
That was your fault.
It's just throwing
bought the
garden
maid
equipment.
outfits.
I don't care.
By them.
I remember you distinctly. We had a whole episode about Hibuki doing it. Jack, please continue. Don't listen to Hype's nonsense.
Don't fucking yes and the poor kid.
All right, we're just gonna heal everyone up.
Yeah, after some time, everyone starts getting back up to their full health.
Thank you, Mai.
Oh, I was down to 28.
Oh, you mean I'm so close to killing you? Damn it.
That took out half my health, and it's only because I was resistant to radiant.
Just very loudly and boisterously from System on CL. So I don't get the killer? Why the hell am I even here? Fucking goddamn. Just goes back to
Language!
the like, fuck you!
Oh wow!
Was that the one with the sword?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's gonna be Seiichi's wife. All right.
If you can best her in battle, she'll fucking love you till the day you die.
Don't tell me that, because I'll put Vetus through that fucking wall just to prove a point.
Future Mrs. Tachikawa.
Technically, right now, Vedas is the equivalent of her dad.
Don't say
I'll
that.
put him through that
Don't
fucking
say
wall
that.
to prove a point.
Bring him a ham.
I'm gonna.
I'm gonna close some of these fucking sheets, Jesus.
We're gonna try to wake Angelwoman up a little bit.
What? Oh,
Hello. Hi.
oh, it's you.
What?
Oh, no, we've never met. I just mean I've been made aware that you were here before all this started happening. Digidestined, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, welcome to the island. And she starts trying to sit up. Ow, 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 ow,
Careful
ow, ow.
now. Careful. Your wounds are healed, but the pain's probably gonna be there a little bit.
Sorry I had to drop kick you.
You drop kicked me?
Long explanation. You were being controlled by what, Laylamon?
Layla man.
Oh,
And the only way to break that control was to knock you out.
I see.
So, apologies.
Oh, it's absolutely fine. Thanks to you, I'm back to myself again, so.
There is, if you're interested, the island at the current moment is not safe. But we do know there is a safe place just a little off the island.
To the east of here, towards the shore.
There's a boat where there's a bunch of other people there, including, oh god, what was
Magna
his name?
Angemon.
Magna Angemon, yeah.
Oh, so he's safe.
He was possessed, but we saved him already.
Oh, that's good. We'll need him.
Hmm?
You've seen the big pyramid in the center, right?
Yeah?
Is he part of the key to breaking that?
No, but he can help us deal with breaking it.
Okay. So if we keep going to the rest of the villages and snapping everyone out of it, we can come up with a force that'll break that pyramid down.
Maybe. There are a lot of us who are still injured and may not be willing to fully go back into fighting right after, well, you know.
That's why it's
Yeah.
a good idea to go to the boat and rest.
Because right now this whole island is completely unsafe.
Oh, it just so you know, it's not just angels that are being possessed,
Oh,
but demons as well. There are a couple of Devimon and Devidramons there that are, well, helping out.
They're cool.
oh,
Letting you know, so that way, when if you go there, you don't freak out.
it'll be all right.
Just giving Blood Myodismon a tap.
We may be scary, but we're cool.
You tasted delicious.
Okay, but you don't start like that. You don't introduce yourself by saying something like that.
I don't feel comfortable around you.
I don't blame you. I really don't.
What? That's the first time I've done that in ages. It was
You
delicious.
you don't say that.
You gotta work on your social skills, man.
Listen, I don't socialize a lot.
Neither do I.
You mostly spend
I know.
time in the hammock drinking coconut drinks.
Because I'm enjoying myself.
Anyways, we shouldn't hound you for too long. You need to go and get some rest. I'd be interested in hearing what you know about the weird pyramid, but rest takes priority, I suppose.
Be safe.
I just kind of looks at the picture that Seiji had sent and just like, I think there's some other people who need to be safe.
I can
bit
just
more than
imagine the
us.
fucking face you're pulling as well. It's just a straight line mouth with a puffed out cheek. It's the,
Well, Vedas, how was your first mission?
That was kind of easy. Bit too easy, if you ask me. He's just looking around, like, expecting something else to happen.
Yeah, we ran in the Magna Angemon first.
They're not all hard.
Oh, okay. Only puts one sword away.
You know, after we got to the first village, Vedas, we ran into you afterwards.
In truth, that also wasn't very hard.
Ah, thank goodness Allie was there.
That's
Thank
true.
goodness Allie did what she did.
What did she do?
She went there trading
Hard.
cards in front of you. Yeah, see? That's how we won.
Yeah, you were mind controlled as well, and somehow that snapped you out.
Well, how could it not? Someone was destroying trading cards.
For
Yeah,
a
she was
card
telling
game,
you-
that doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter to you, maybe.
Just shocked expression. I don't want to know you.
The card
Yeah.
game doesn't exist in the future.
But we still have them.
No one plays it anymore except for you guys.
Come,
Yes.
Shino. We must shun her for the next 2 minutes.
Hey, you should have heard it. You should have been here earlier when my daughter from the future was here, and she was telling me I had all the cards and they were framed on the walls.
Okay, that is yet another story. For another
Fine,
time.
You can ignore me. I'm gonna go organize garden equipment, I guess. I just want Wasmon to just be there, just shaking their head.
Just following up, like,
Oh yeah, time travel's a thing.
points over at Mai.
Time traveler.
I don't want to know. It's too much. I'm still trying to take in everything that's already happening.
Hey, you're not the one that got visited by your daughter who's older than you.
No, I just got kidnapped and have a huge chunk of my memory missing.
Yeah, that's bad too. Oh well. Shimon, how goes the cage operation?
All children destroyed, Captain.
You mean freed, right?
Oh, that's what we were doing. Of course, I'm kidding. They're all fine. Except these ones that are hurt. I didn't do that one.
That's why we have bee healings.
And angel healings.
And angel healings. Thank goodness.
Don't let that one next to in trainings.
Well,
For the record, Maya's not actually organizing garden equipment. She's pulled out the star chart for a second, and she wants to make a call.
mumbling under her breath, stupid boys in their stupid car game.
I just don't get it. I don't get it.
You'll never get it. Who are you calling?
I'm calling Apollomon.
Start messing with the star chart in the way you know to call up everyone's favorite Da. Hello? Is this thing on?
Hello? Hi.
Hello?
Probably don't know me.
No!
Okay. Allow me to make an explanation if you would like.
Okay.
I work for Miss Dianamon.
Oh.
Oh.
Bitch!
Technically, at the current moment, I'm not able to actually be working for her right now. I don't know if you've heard anything from her.
I haven't spoken to her in a while.
Understood. I was... Okay. It's gonna be a long story. Apologies. I'm giving Apollomon the rundown of the situation.
He
You know,
sits
all
there
time
listening
travel
without
and everything.
I see.
So, if you were wondering where, I don't know if you are aware that Murukimon is currently not present, but he's here in the past with me.
I wondered why the paperwork was piling up.
Is he the only one that does the paperwork?
Oh, I do my fair share. We all make sure to chip in here and there.
Does Dianamon do paperwork?
Of course you do.
Of course. But I don't know. I'll be entirely honest. I had made a deal with Miss Dianamon, and I'm beginning to wonder if it might not be enough.
Oh?
I have a scan of hers, and I do intend to use it for assisting this fight that is upcoming. But we're fighting against someone who is familiar with mind control, and I don't know if I have anything I could use to go against that.
Have you gone with the power of believing in yourself?
I'd like something a bit more tangible.
I see.
Um, and some sort of idea, kind of. I had heard that both you and Dianamon, when you're working together, are actually really strong. Is that correct?
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Yes, unfortunately, because that means I have to work with her.
Oh.
But yes, we are a very powerful force to be reckoned with in that state.
Would it be possible to get a scan of you? Under the pretense that you don't let Miss Dianamon know. I feel that would make her very upset.
Now, what you're asking me is a very dangerous, very, very dangerous thing. If you intend to have scans of both of us, do you know the risks that you'll be getting into?
I kind of like sits there for a brief moment. I want to make sure I can protect my friends. And I've
Okay,
committed
then.
to that. Oh, okay, just like that.
I can tell you have an earnest heart. But be warned, this power is very, very dangerous. Especially if you plan to do what I think you're planning to do with it.
What am I planning to do with it?
Mix it with her data.
What would that do?
Created an ecliptical power.
Something like I would only need to use it in extreme emergencies, kind of thing.
Only in the most extremist of emergencies.
Like the digital world being destroyed, kind of thing.
Yes.
Okay. Oh boy, that's a lot of pressure.
Good luck.
Do you know if any of the other Olympus 12 would be willing to give up scans? Or probably not.
If I could get a hold of some of them, I don't know. Some of them, And he does the like he brings up his hand on screen. He just does the like fucking the wave like the.
I would imagine if word came to light of this situation, having two representations of two of the Olympus 12 would probably mean I would be required to represent all of them, wouldn't I?
If you're doing something this dangerous, it would help to get as many on your side. I can't promise you'll get everyone.
I suppose just asking won't work for most of them.
No, a lot of them will probably require some persuasion.
Do you know at least the ones most likely I could ask first?
Let's see, who would like to? Well, there's me. I don't mind. Buck's not. If he's not drunk, maybe. Well, if he is drunk, also maybe. So maybe Sarah's mom. You said you already have Maruki mom there, right?
He's here, technically.
He'll definitely help. Just nudge him a bit and he'll do it. Volcanusmon, probably Venusmon. Maybe Minervamon as well. I think those are your best bets.
So, Bacchusmon, Volcanusmon, Venusmon, and Minervamon?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
No problem.
You have a good day now, I guess.
Be safe, my dear.
I will try. Can I hang up now?
Alright.
Wow, that was an actual legitimate conversation.
I didn't know I could have those.
I'm adulting.
Mai's gonna come back and she's just gonna kind of like, just while holding the map, kind of like stop, look over at Shino, and go, "Man, Dianamon's really mean now that I think about it."
Is that the lady that sweared all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I should think about getting new employment, but oh, I can't do that anymore.
Boy, that's gotta be rough just having digidestined as an actual job.
Well, digidestined isn't even really a job anymore. You know, crests and things like that in the future just don't exist, as far as I know.
Just points at your digivice.
Do you now?
Well, obviously.
Semantics.
Anyways, we should keep moving.
Agreed.
You know, make
And
sure
then
that, that Hibuki's okay.
And they like, cause you walked in as Shino and Datus were also having a conversation. Like Shino, like he was pulling a card out of his pocket.
You're like, and this is just in case for emergencies.
Flashes crest of light.
I see.
Yeah, cards got cool effects in this world.
Really?
Oh yeah!
He stops patting his pockets. Ah, shoot, I think he took all mine. I don't have any of my cards left. Not my rare ones.
Ah, man. Hey, if we can somehow get in contact with Glitch Wizardmon again, he can make packs.
I just kind of looks around to the buildings around us. Are there keys to these doors?
There are no doors.
Oh, there's no.
Yeah, none of these buildings have doors.
You also don't have the
Okay.
box.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, put a pin in that idea, I guess.
Probably not. Probably wouldn't happen until the bar.
Hey, Shino, have
Yeah.
you ever had the vibe that you were holding a bomb in your hand?
Holds up Bodemon ball.
Yes.
Okay. Then- Mine's just kind of looking at the two scans on her Digivice and it's like, I feel like bad things will happen if I'm not careful.
You got like a positive and negative scan?
Yes.
I'd probably hold off on putting those together.
Well, I can't do anything with them right now, anyways, so. Anyways, let's keep moving.
Have to keep them
Right.
two separate files in two different edges. Your fucking Digivice because they so much as touch.
Hmm. I don't like the sound of that.
So, as they're walking along, Shino's still talking to Venus.
So anyway, yeah, the other different Digitoy cards can do this, and not to mention they're all classified as item cards. You get the program cards, you get the attack cards.
You're just telling him how the cards work.
He listened attentively. You are listening to these two kids nerd out over a card game.
She's zoned out so early in the conversation.
And
I'm also making sure I omit crush cards. He can't know about.
now we'll rewind time back a bit to the others who are currently in the sky.
Anyone ever talk about how dragons are stinky?
So it's right next to us, right, Jack?
Currently, that hasn't happened yet.
All right, perfect.
Mm-hmm. Phenomena. Do.
You wonder what they're doing right now.
Knowing Shino, he's probably safe.
I'm just worried he's gonna get his head stuck in a hole in the ground.
Alright, let's go with this. Happy, carefree, flying.
You know how you like a really big head? And if you were to trip and get it stuck in the ground, then, he would be stuck.
Yeah,
How
what are
we
the odds
shouldn't be saying things like that about someone's head.
Why? It's just big. There's nothing wrong with it being big. He just has a ginormous head.
Okay. I'll let your dad deal with that one.
Like a basketball on a tiny little Barbie doll.
Oh my god.
What were you doing again, Seichi?
Remember what we talked about the other day, Aoi?
Yes.
I know you don't, do you?
The thing involving a Pokemon.
Seichi's gonna look at Aoi and just be like, you know what? Aoi, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have assumed you didn't remember.
I get this stuff on lockdown.
And she's gonna knock against her head.
I'm gonna hold out a fist bump for her.
Yeah!
She's gonna fist bump you back while jumping in the air a little bit.
We're on the back of Cherubimon, she'll fall off.
It's fine. She somehow stays on.
Yeah, Cherubimon has seatbelts for Aoi.
Yeah.
And by seatbelts, I mean tape. But I need to see if this will work, and it'll also maybe potentially give somebody else to help us out too. Hopefully this will go fine. And other than that, I don't really have much to do aside from just like make our way out towards that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Ibuki, are you ready for adventure?
Yeah.
Okay.
As he's eating a piece of jerky.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh,
One.
sure.
Yeah.
Not even partway through your journey, you already get a text message.
Oh, who's this?
Mm,
I open it up.
Which one was it? Was it Shino?
Yeah, it was Shino.
Yeah, it was Shino.
Shino's worried about things. Owie, strike a pose. Show Shino you're fine.
I'm gonna strike a pose.
Take a picture of Owie and send it to Shino. With the text, Owie bigger. We'll be fine. We'll keep watch.
And in that moment,
Cat dragon.
let's see.
Showtime.
I need everyone, and I mean everyone who is out, to make me a deck save.
Ooh, I'm super bad with those.
Let's now let's stop carefree. And I really need to look at my music properly.
Shut up, Gina.
Does Cherubimon have to do it too?
Yep, everyone.
Alright. She's wiggly.
None of my Digimon are out.
Hibuki and Cherubimon. Cherubimon knows a similar attack to this very well. Apocalypse. As the entire area becomes storm clouds.
Oh. Buki's down.
Hold on. Alright, Jack, can I kind of be a cunt about something? If it's gonna do this, can Cherubimon use her legendary action? Like, as she's going down?
Okay.
Can I Heaven's Judgment it in return since it likes to do this thing and thinks it's an asshole?
Okay.
Alright, so it needs to make a dex save.
Haha. What do you think I copied for this? Dex save. That's a nat one.
Okay, well, here's Heaven's Judgment. Where is it?
I'll have to write this
I don't
down
know where
somewhere.
I don't know where the attack went. Oh, here it is. That wasn't the attack. Sorry. I apologize, Jack.
Oh yeah, because I forgot to put the thing in it, so...
So, yeah, they're gonna take 64 lightning damage unless you want to roll that severity.
Yeah, sure, why not? Let's, Oh! Do you know what? Fuck it. Let's double that.
So, that's 128. And they're paralyzed. So, Cherubimon
that
starts
just
to
happened
fall.
midair. Well, it's not paralyzed.
Well, yeah. But...
No, as in it's not paralyzed.
Yeah, I know. Is it immune to paralyzed?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Cherubimon's going
And
down.
right now there is a giant, very mean-looking ancient dragon barreling down on you, and that's where we'll end this session.
Fuck.
Buki got 2 HP.
I have a question, Jack. Do we take half damage if we succeeded?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna end the recording.
Okay, bye everyone.
Bye.